also going to have next year.
Yeah, it's going to be really fun to see where Brendan Sullivan goes.
Again, we have Davison as the quarterback. Does a little fake pass, sends it straight over, and that was Caleb Smith. He took down number 4.
Flag on the play.
That was Triola.
Yeah, looked like he got a little too rough there. Might be.
Yeah.
Looks like a pass interference call. It's gonna push the Tigers up a couple yards.
I think just as long as the Cardinals don't let them go a little bit more, I think they'll be fine.
Yeah, if they can stop this set of downs here, they're gonna make some great progress.
Looks like they're gonna move the chains to the, what is that, the 38? No, 33.
Yeah.
34.
So yeah, new set of down for them, 1st and 10.
Again, I can't see who that is. I think that was Triola again with the ball, and he didn't make it very far.
Caleb Smith claiming clutch there, making that tackle. If he didn't get there, that could have been a deadly run for them. Looks like Davison defense didn't expect that pitch out live, but Caleb Smith was on it.
As he was last year too, so I think Caleb Smith has some room to improve too this year. So I think, or he kind of did that more so last year, so this year he'll be solid.
Yeah, another returning senior for the Cardinals. Caleb Smith is
now at 2nd down. They've got 6 to go. He's got 3 wide receivers to the near side.
And he runs it up the middle. He's going all the way.
Straight up the middle. That was Brandon Miller. And Caleb Smith is just out of distance.
And that's going to be a big touchdown for the Tigers. Going to lift their spirits in this first quarter. Already a really high-scoring game this first quarter, 7-6.
Score now stands at 7-6. That was Brandon Miller. He's going to be someone Cardinals will really have to watch out for as the game progresses.
Yeah, I mean, if he makes runs like that, then Cardinals are going to have to do something big to stop him.
And Caleb Smith was on him the first 2 plays, but then that last one, he kind of tripped there at the end.
Yeah,
and just right out of distance, probably just a couple inches, he would have had him.
He just couldn't win that foot chase there. And Angel, too, broke right through that line.
And it looks like Miller is also going to kick this field goal. Seems to be their all-around athlete here. He's kind of doing a little bit of everything. And it's good. Score now stands at 7-7. I think this is going to be a pretty intense game. I think it's going to be a lot of back and forth.
Yeah, I mean, we already have 2 touchdowns scored. It's going to be a fantastic game to watch. And these teams are already predicted by MLive to be one of Flint's hot games of the week.
That's true, because last year they both finished out the season 7-3. And like I said earlier, they have similar quarterback situations. So they're pretty much the same. The only difference is Fenton does have quite a bit more seniors. They do not have any sophomores on the team, and Davison has 7 sophomores. So it all comes down to how long kids have been on the team for, how many returners they have.
Yeah, that leadership's really going to come in handy for Fenton. They have all that varsity knowledge.
Okay, we're just waiting for the Tigers to come out onto the field. If you look, we have Caleb Smith and I believe 18 next to him, Blake Summers, out in the backfield.
Not only is it really rainy out today, it's also really windy. These winds were kicking up when we were on our way up here. Wonder how that's going to affect the passing game for the Cardinals and the Tigers.
We got 94, Braden Moore is going to do the kickoff. And this time it goes long. Straight over to, no, that was number 26.
Hands it off to Caleb Smith, and he's going. He's still going down the sideline at the 50. He's not getting brought down. It is brought down just around the 40.
That was an amazing pass by Caleb Smith and run.
A beautiful handoff there. Tigers did not expect that at all, and Caleb Smith did not disappoint. Went down almost 50 yards.
Caleb Smith has been playing amazingly today, too.
Except for that one missed tackle on that Tigers touchdown. He's been stopping everything from the Tigers, and obviously he's performing on the offensive end, too.
Ball will be placed on the Fenton 38.
That's great position for the Cardinals to make something happen.
That was number 26, Carter Kreiderman, that caught the last play. Passed it over to Caleb Smith. Does a fake pass again. Passes straight over to Latrell Fordham and he drops it.
Yeah, he
goes
had
straight
that,
through his fingertips.
He had that defense with the fake handoff, but ball just went right off the receiver's fingertips. Just a little high for him. If he had gotten that, though, that would have been great.
That would have been really good.
Yeah, they would have really gotten a lot of yards off that, and it would have been good for this Davison offense. So it looks like Norton's been playing fairly well on the outside tackle position. Been defending Sullivan how he needs to.
And you've got a whistle.
Flag on the play.
Must have been motion.
Looks like a false start on the Cardinals, it looks like, moving them back.
Not good for the Cardinals. Looks like it's going to push them back.
Yeah, going to lose some of those yards that Caleb
To
Smith
second
gained.
down and 15.
You think they're going to be able to make this up?
They're going to really have to make sure they're solid on their plays.
Yeah, they're going to have to make
They
smart
can't let
plays.
it slip through their fingertips like they did
Yeah,
earlier.
on that first pass.
Got about 8 minutes, 30 seconds left. Again, Brendan Sullivan keeps it.
Breaks the tackle, but he's brought down by number 73 from the Tigers. That was Cole Patterson on that. Just barely grasped. If Sullivan could have just picked up that speed there,
Yeah.
he would have been gone.
And he missed the first defender and then just
Yeah, but
all
those,
three of them ganged up on him right then.
yeah,
Took
they were,
him down.
It was just a foot chase from there, and it looks like Sullivan lost that one.
Now they sit at third down, 15 to go, so they didn't get any gain on that. Again, Brendan Sullivan keeps it. Passes the defender, goes straight over to Latrell Fordham.
And what a fantastic grab by Fordham, getting up there with that athleticism.
Takes it to about the Fenton 30.
That was perfect placement by Sullivan on that pass, just to where Fordham could grab it and make the play.
He was at the 30. He was still short, but
Looks like the Cardinals are going to bring Pascal off, give him a little break.
Ball's now at the 32. Fourth down, 3 to go. See, he's got two receivers out to the far side, so I think he might use them this time. Passes right over. Looks like we got an interception.
Intercepted by the Tigers. Some great athleticism.
That
there.
was Brady Triola. He looks like he's going to be another player they really have to look out for in this game.
Yeah, he's making plenty of plays in this game, and
It's like,
it's visible.
so Davison really needs to look out for Brady Triola and Brandon Miller. They seem to be their star players
Yeah, Traiola
for the
just
Tigers.
comes out of nowhere on that interception there. But they're pretty deep in Cardinals territory right now. They're going to have to work a while
That is
to
true.
get it up the field.
They're all the way down at the about the 19, 18. We've got about 6 minutes, 55 seconds left. Gave it over to Brandon Miller. Didn't look like he got much there. Maybe 1 yard.
And the Davison defense is just not letting them run the ball at all. Looks like Tigers are going to have to throw a lot more passes this game if they want
Yeah,
to make
like
it.
I said earlier, the Davison defense is solid this year especially.
Yeah, they're not going to allow any of those runs.
They've got a lot of returners, but they also have a couple new guys that played on JV last year.
Yeah. Like they got Pascal, they got Navision, they got Hopkins, all back there. It's going to be fun to watch.
Fenton takes off with the ball. He passes it over.
And a flag on the play.
Kish kind of blocked the ball there from Claiborne.
Yeah, doesn't look too happy about that one. Didn't go his way.
See what the call is.
Yeah, he was not happy about that one after that play. Yeah, so
A pass interference on Landon Kish. Push the ball back.
Going to give the Tigers another 1st and 10 to go off of here.
They're going to set up at the 32.
We got about 6 minutes.
Back at 1st down, 10 to go. Passes over. It looks like it's going to be a little long, but he gets it just before he's taken down.
Just barely missed it there.
He dropped it just at the end.
It looks like he had it in his grasp, and then it just fell out.
I thought for sure he had it, but then
maybe he just saw it.
Dropped it at the last second. I can't tell who that is. He's kind of standing at an angle that I can't tell.
Yeah.
I believe that could be 28. I think that's 28.
Yeah, Ryan Miller.
Ryan Miller.
Fenton's getting some pretty close calls here on these passes. They're just missing him.
2nd down, 10 to go. Number 24, Brandon Miller, took the ball right up the center, but he was taken down not too long after.
Yeah, it looks like his lineman didn't do that great, pushing them out, pushing the D-line out of the way, and he got brought down just right away. Pasco on the tackle. We got 5 minutes, 45 seconds left in this quarter.
3rd down, 8 to go. So they did get 2.
You think the Cardinals are going to be able to push this one to 4th down?
I think so.
Yeah.
But I think they're really going to have to work out or look out for Miller.
Yeah.
Brandon Miller.
Wide with the
Right
pass.
over to number 10, and he's taken down. That was Ethan Payette. He's taken down.
Yeah, he made the grab and then just looked, saw that the Cardinal defender coming
Taken right out
at
of
him.
bounds, too.
Yeah. Looks like 4th and 2, and they might be going
4th
for
down,
this.
2 to go. I think the Tigers might go for it. They're set up at the 40-yard line, their 40-yard line. Got 5 minutes, 23 seconds left.
Taking a while on the snap
You
here.
look, the Tigers are really stacked up against, right up there in the front.
Looks like they're going to call a timeout, talk this one over. What do you think they're going to come out with out of this timeout? Think they're going to go for a pass?
I think they're just going to kind of talk over what they need to do to make sure that they get through. And I think one of the things that Fenton needs to talk about is they need to keep the ball away from Caleb Smith if they want to get through.
Looks like they might be able to go for a run on 4th and 2. That's not much distance to cover. And their run game, although it hasn't been strong, Cardinals might not expect to run on a 4th down.
Right.
Wonder if they're going to convert it.
They just really need to, and Davison really needs to look out for what they're going to do. Because we've seen all sorts of things so far from Fenton. Quarterbacks ran it, passed it over to the side.
Yeah, their run game hasn't worked out that much. Their pass game's been pretty consistent, though. A lot of these yards they gained off some flags, too. Like that pass interference by Kish.
We've been pretty low on calls so far and flags.
Yeah.
Passes it over to number 4, and he's taken down. That was Brady Triola.
Looks like the Tigers aren't going to be able to convert there.
He did not make it. It looked like he might have gotten 1, but he did not get both yards.
Some good play there by the Cardinals.
Tackle was by Logan Pasco.
And he's
Cardinals
just...
take over. They're on the 40-yard line. Fenton 40-yard line.
And
Score is still 7-7.
Pasco's impact is just becoming bigger and bigger on this game already. He's already making some big plays on the defensive end.
I think he's going to be a key player this year for sure as a senior, and he played last year as well.
Yeah, and it was a fantastic year too.
Cardinals are 1st and 10. Got about 5 minutes, 20 seconds left. Opening quarter. Caleb Smith just kind of tried to go right up the middle. He was on his feet for quite a while there. He did have guys on his ankles, but he was able to make it pretty far.
He just nearly broke those tackles, but he wasn't able to get past those linemen. Gain of about 3 yards. 5 minutes left in this quarter.
Now at 2 and 7.
Wonder what Sullivan's going to do with it here. It looks like he got 2 receivers on either side. Oh, he's got 1, and he's handing it off.
He did hand it off to Caleb Smith before the call, for the whistle.
It's like another false start. You're gonna lose some more yards.
That's not good. The Cardinals have lost so many yards so far. They
Yeah,
just keep getting pushed back. They need to make sure they're not doing that.
yeah, they got that call in their last drive too. Just killing them on those flags.
And they'd be a lot closer too. I mean, it's obvious that they'd be a lot closer, but you never know how much just a couple yards can do.
Yeah.
They're now at 2 and 12. That's over to 13. And a stray over the side. Did not make it, but he did get quite a few yards there. That was Gabe Hopkins.
And he was not afraid of those defenders either. He drove right into them.
And that's exactly what they need to do, is they just have to go straight for it.
Yeah, the Cardinals have a history of being like a more physical team, and that just goes to show how physical these Cardinals can get. And it looks like that pitch off to the side is working on the run game.
Yes.
Another flag. All right. Excuse me, that was a timeout.
Tigers call a timeout.
Already used 2 timeouts this quarter.
I think they realize how close Davison is to the end zone.
Yeah, they got to talk this one over so they don't get in dangerous territory.
There on our screen, on your screen, you can see we've got the Davison marching band out there. We've got, you can't see them right now, but on the sideline we've got our cheer team and our varsity dance team.
And they're just having a blast out there.
And later on tonight, you'll see a pom performance. And earlier today, before the game, was the dance team. Next week, though, the dance team will perform during halftime, and poms will do pregame, backwards of this week.
Yeah, and they never disappoint. They always give us a good show.
First and 10 for the Cardinals. They've got 4 minutes, 19 seconds left in the opening quarter. Tried to send Caleb Smith right up the middle.
Yeah,
Did not work.
That handoff just did not work out. All the defenders saw right through it and just completely splurged on it.
I think the Tigers definitely caught on that they're going to go to Caleb Smith and he's going to go straight up the middle.
Yeah, I mean, Caleb Smith's perfectly capable of that. He's got that big body. He's super strong. He's able to work through some of those big linemen, but it looks like it's just not going to work out for him on that play.
Cardinals are now at 2 and 11. He's going to take it over to the side. Brendan Sullivan's going to pass it right into the arms of Latrell Fordham, and he misses it.
And the pass is just tipped. That would have been a huge play for the Cardinals.
It would have, and it would have set them really far ahead
he got
for the
up
next
through
quarter.
It just tipped off his fingers. We've seen some pretty athletic grabs by him already this game. I think he could definitely make another.
I think they just need to make sure that they catch it as they go.
Yeah, they need to make some big plays for the Cardinals.
He's going to make it 3rd down, 11 to go for the Cardinals. See what the Cardinals think of here. They've got Latrell Fordham over to the side again. Caleb Smith again is going to run it up the middle. He's taken down by number 22, Charlie Hudzinski from the Tigers.
Yeah, and those pitches to the side to Caleb Smith, they're still working. They got, looks like 4 yards off that, but it's going to be 4th and 6 for the Cardinals. You think they're going to go for 4th down conversion here, or you think they're going to just punt it? I think they're going to go for it.
I think they're going to go for it too. They're 4 and 6.
Yeah, they got plenty of time left in the quarter.
They've got about just over 3 minutes left.
Yeah, they can make a play. They have great potential here. The question is, though, do they throw it to Latrell, who just dropped that pass in the end zone? Or do they try and hand it
But I
off to
think
Smith again?
The good thing is, though, they do have a lot of options.
Yeah.
Brendan Sullivan can run it. Caleb Smith can run it. Terrell Fordham can catch it. So they could really do anything. Going to take another timeout.
You know, Brendan Sullivan.
The Cardinals called that one.
Yeah, you know, Sullivan, he doesn't just play football, too. He plays basketball. Got an offer from SVSU, I believe, recently for basketball. So he's not just a star athlete in football, but in basketball.
I think he's going to be the star quarterback for this team for both junior and senior year. Last year, like I said earlier tonight, he did fill in a couple times for Kanan Smith, but Kanan Smith was their starting quarterback.
Yeah, and you saw that athleticism that he has. Just he's a natural-born athlete. I mean, you saw it on that running touchdown he had, that rushing touchdown.
But I do think Davison does have an amazing team this year. I think Fenton does too, but I think we could really expect anything from either team as the game goes on.
And in the years to come, Sullivan's going to have a lot to work with this year and next year. This team has a lot of potential.
Cardinals are back out at the line. 4th down, 6 to go. They're at about the 25-yard line.
2 minutes 48 left in the quarter.
See what they do here. They've got Terrell Fordham off to the near side.
Bad snap.
See if they're going to give it to him. Oh, and he's going to pass it
wide
all the
open.
way right into his arms.
Wide
That was
open.
number 34, Peyton Pizzala.
And Pizzala had no one on him. That was a guaranteed touchdown from the moment Sullivan saw him. You could see he looked right over there, saw him, and just made the pass.
I think the Tigers thought he was going to go for the Terrell Fordham again, and we kind of saw that earlier. Davison's kind of been repeating the same plays, and then the Tigers aren't looking for it. They don't know that Pizzala's going to be there ready to catch it. We're going to have a replay of that last play.
You just see right here.
Brendan Sullivan takes off with the ball. He passes it to the near side, straight into the arms of Peyton Pizzala. He's wide open.
And he's already got 2 touchdowns under his belt this game, a rushing and a passing. So you know he's going to be a playmaker for the Cardinals today and this
Score
season.
now sits at 14-7. Cardinals are up by 1 touchdown. Time left is 2 minutes, 42 seconds. So let's see what the Tigers are going to do here.
Yeah, you don't have much time to work with in this quarter.
That's true, so they're just really going to have to run anything they do. But I think the Davison defense really needs to watch out for Triola and Brandon Miller, because those seem to be the guys that they always throw it to.
Yeah, they're their playmakers, they're their leaders. They're making some great plays this game.
But as we saw for Davison, too, they have some secret weapons, and Peyton Pizzala was the secret weapon on that last play. So they need to make sure that they cover everything.
Yeah, they just got to be out looking, be vigilant, make sure they don't leave a man open like that again, the Tigers.
Of course. Again, they've got Brandon Miller in the backfield for the Tigers.
Wonder if he can make a big run off this play.
Hopkins is going to make the kick.
And that goes way high.
Number 22 catches it. That's Charlie Hudzinski.
Didn't seem like the intended area of that kick.
He gets quite a few yards, too. Takes it up to about the 20.
Yeah, and I don't think that's what Hopkins wanted on that kick.
About.
Yeah.
25 is where they're going to put it. Got 2 minutes, 36 seconds left.
Yeah, and I don't think Hopkins would be that happy with that. He definitely wanted that to go a little deeper. But it may be a good thing because it didn't go to Miller. Miller could have made a big play, as we've seen earlier.
Good thing about this, though, for the Cardinals is they are quite a good distance away from the end zone.
Yeah, they're going to be able to hopefully make a stop here.
They've only got 2.5 minutes left, too. Let's see.
Looks like that was
it.
tipped.
Ooh.
Oh, and he just drops the interception.
Looks like that was like a last-minute play there by Davidson.
good on the lineman for making the tip on that pass. Got his hand up there.
Yeah, and you could tell the spiral was a little off when he threw it.
Yeah, but it looks like neither of those men in the backfield could make that interception.
No, everyone was kind of really far out away from it.
Yeah, it looks like one of them just needed to wave it off and let the other go for it. But a little bit of miscommunication on that. Neither of them got to it. Looks like the refs are going to stop that play.
They had too many guys on the field. Number 72 wasn't off the field yet.
Yeah, Tigers were a little bit eager to get that one off. And it looks like Cardinals are going to call a timeout here. That's one left for them and one left for the Tigers in this quarter.
It's been a pretty intense game so far. I know I was expecting it to be an intense game, but not so much back and forth. The defense from Davison has been solid so far, and Fenton's been having a little tough time getting through that, but they've got some pretty good guys on their team that are able to take the ball a far distance.
Yeah, like Triola and Miller, they're making some great catches, some great plays on the offensive end, and a little bit of the defensive end too.
And Davison has a lot of good players too that can catch the ball, that can throw the ball, and able to score touchdowns.
Yeah, they have a lot of capable players on this roster, even though they're young. And that only means good for them in the future.
We've got exactly 2 minutes, 30 seconds left. Tigers at second down, 10 to go on their 25. 14-7 still. Looks like he's just going to go straight up the middle. And doesn't look like he gets anything on that.
Cardinals make the play.
I don't think so. I didn't hear a whistle. But he is saying it. I mean, I would carry this down.
Clock winding down to close to 2 minutes in this half.
They're at third down, 12 to go. 11 to go. Just changed it. They're on the Fenton 24. They've got less than 2 minutes. Clock is not stopping.
They're just going to let it run.
Again, he's kind of taking his time with it. That was Davison.
He has tons of space to make that run.
Number 23 just kind of rushes him out of the court. That was Davison.
And it looks like he's going to get the first down.
Taken right out of bounds.
Yeah, Cardinals gave him way too much space there. He saw that hole.
But they did get back to 1st and 10.
Yeah.
They've got 1:34 left.
Great vision by Davison to make that run there.
The ball is now on the 37.
Boy, you move.
Oh, looks like that's going to be a flag on the play.
False start, maybe?
Yeah, false start on the Tigers. That's going to set them back about 5 yards.
It's going to take the Tigers back 5 yards. First down, 15 to go.
Looks like they might have to go for a pass.
And that is not good. So close to the end of the quarter to get pushed back.
Yeah, you wonder what they're going to do to recover from that. And they got 2 receivers near, 1 far.
Guys in the backfield. The other one is 33. 33 is the other guy in the backfield. He carries the ball.
He's going to carry the ball straight up. Oh, and they're going to take him back a couple yards, too.
And they had 2 men in the backfield there on either side of the quarterback. Looks like one of them.
That was Anderson from the Tigers, but he was taken back by 33 and 10. That was Miles Mitchell and Unger.
Yeah, they had 2 in the backfield. Looks like one made the block, but there were just too many Cardinals jumping on him.
Yeah, there was also Gabe Smith out there.
Yeah.
As well.
He was on varsity last year, too, as a freshman.
Which is a big move to be especially a freshman, but even just a sophomore on varsity is a big deal. Clock is running out. We've got less than a minute left. Let's see what they do here. Davidson's running the ball. He passes it over to Brandon Miller.
And what a grab. What a grab by Brandon Miller. Taking it down as he's going out of bounds and has Cardinals on him.
Taking it back to 1st and 10.
Got 44.5 seconds left in this quarter. And he's just showing off how much of a playmaker he is, Brandon Miller.
Yes.
He's going to make some, hopefully, more plays in this game. the handoff to Brandon Miller, and he's brought down right around
Looks
the line
like
of scrimmage.
the Cardinals are really looking out for him, making sure Brandon Miller can't get anywhere.
Yeah, they got to keep track of him. He's so fast you might lose him. He's got plenty of speed in him. Harry Unger on that tackle.
There's 2nd down, 6 to go. Clock is running out, about 20 seconds left. Again, taken down, no chance there for Brandon Miller.
Yeah, just repeating the same. Brandon Miller tried to go up middle again, and he's brought down again right around the line of scrimmage.
Looks like the clock is going to run out. Score stands at 14-7.
And that's the end of the first quarter. Cardinals have this nice 7-point lead to sit off of, but they can't get too comfortable with it because these Tigers, they're gonna pounce on them.
We're gonna send things over now to Jillian Tate. She's on the sideline.
We're at the end of the first quarter, so now's the perfect time to introduce our new hashtag, BTV Game Day. To see your Cardinal spirit and your Davison pride, we want you to send in photos. Make sure to tag us at DTV_official, and you might be featured in one of our newscasts. Now, let's get back to the game. Riley, Mason?
Back here, score was 14-7 as we closed in the first quarter. We've seen a lot of back and forth, but Davison's kind of dominated on defense. Said it a lot, but it's just true. They've been just taking every single play that they can.
Yeah, I mean, they had some great defensive stop there. That tip pass earlier in the first quarter just couldn't make an interception. But yeah, hope to see some more of that. And all time, Davison is 13-7 against Fenton.
The Tigers are going to start 3rd down, 8 to go, and they're on the 41. Davison passes to his right side.
Nice grab
right over
there.
to Brady Triola.
Nice grab there as he's falling backwards.
Yeah, it looked like he almost didn't get it there for a second, but he rolled over.
Yeah, Davison was able to pick him out. He had like no men on him.
Takes it up to the 29. 1st down, 10 to go. He's got 3 receivers to this side, to the near side.
And Davidson handed it off, but it didn't go well. They're just not succeeding when they're handing it off and forcing it up the middle. They got to try and make some space.
Yeah, or they need to think of a new play to run too. They had 3 open receivers.
Yeah. Cardinals.
And Davison's defense is just always there, ready for him to come up the middle.
Yeah, they know when to blitz, when to focus more on the pass game. They're just on it today. And Davidson's showing some playmaking abilities, though, in this game. I mean, he's making some great passes, great plays.
Yes, I think they're making a name for themselves this season, too.
Yeah, I wonder if Davison can...
Because this is a tough matchup here for both teams.
Flag on the play. False start. Yeah, it looks like it's going to bring the Tigers back another 5 yards. That false start's just getting both teams this game.
Yeah.
Happened twice to the Cardinals and I think twice to the Tigers.
Now sits on the Cardinal 35. 2nd down, 16 to go.
Looks like they might have to go for a pass here. I mean, they're so far back, and
they are super far back.
And the run
got another false start.
Another flag on the play. Oh, and it's
not
on.
Not sure which side they're going to call it on the Cardinals, I think.
Yeah, it's going to move Tigers right back up.
I think he crossed before they...
Might have been offsides on the Cardinals. Looks like it was. It's going to move the Tigers right back up to where they were. So
2nd down and 11.
Basically just made that false start call meaningless.
And just kind of canceled each other out there.
Yeah. Now maybe they have the run as an option now if they don't have much distance cover to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 11, 30 to go, and 10:25 left in this quarter.
Davidson's gonna pass it to his left side over to number 4, and Cam Smith was kind of just pulling him down. That was Brady Triola that caught the pass.
Yeah, and the coverage was just not that great on that play. He was wide open. He got pounced on pretty quick, but they can't let him get the ball in the first place.
Tigers are starting to get closer and closer. 3rd down, 2nd to go. See if they can complete this pass.
See what Davison does with it here.
Davidson's gonna pass over to his right side.
Goes
it's
out.
just out of his arms.
Goes out wide. Looked like that ball got tipped. It was spinning quite a bit, but not a spiral, like a duck.
And it's nice to see this time Tigers didn't just go right up the middle again.
Yeah, they tried something different, but
They sent Brandon Miller over to the side.
yeah, looks like he just couldn't make that pass though.
Got about 9 minutes, 40 seconds left. 4th down, 2nd to go. So let's see what, I think they're gonna run it just like they did earlier. They're very close.
You think maybe like later in the game they go for a field goal at this point, but since it's early, they're probably just gonna go for a run. Oh no, they're
Nope,
going for a
gonna
field goal.
Yep. That is number 94. That is Braden Moore.
39 yards if he makes it.
39-yarder.
Be 39 yards if he makes it, and he
And
does.
39 yards.
And that Davison defender is not looking happy with himself. Looks like he might have just missed it there. Flowers.
Score is now 14 to 10.
That was a pretty nice kick.
It was.
Yeah, really got some good lift on that, got some good distance on it.
And it leveled the playing field for the Tigers.
Yeah, now the Tigers get a touchdown. It's not going to be a tie game. They're going to be up by 3.
And I think it was a better move, too. Instead of taking the chance of not making it, it was pretty definite that they would make that.
Yeah, now that they have a field goal up on the board, they might have to rely on their kickers more this game to come up clutch for them, because it's going to be a 3-point difference. You don't know if they want to send it to overtime or if they want to tie it up. It's going to be interesting to see how they fare.
Fenton is going to kick off the ball. I believe that is number 17 in the backfield, Caleb Smith.
Yeah,
And number 20, I can't see the numbers from the angle that they're at. I think it might be 25, Gabe Smith.
Got 9:36 left in this quarter. 14 to 10 now after that field goal. And you wonder what the Cardinals are going to do to retaliate after that. I think they're going to try and pass it more or go for runs.
Kick is going to be low, but it goes all the way to the backfield.
Fakes the handoff, and he's going to keep going with tremendous speed, going down the sideline, and he's going, he's still going. Brought down right around the 30. Carter Kreideman with a fantastic kickoff return.
They've got a replay of that coming in just a second here. That was an amazing play that they just did.
Yeah, he saw that defender and he just didn't care. He kept on running, and he
Got the replay here. They just kicked it off right into the arms of Carter Kreiderman.
Yeah, you see, fake that handoff there, and he
Just
just
a handoff
took
and
it.
just went straight to it.
And look at that speed. He is insanely fast.
It's taken down by 94.
Braden Moore.
Braden Moore. Gonna put the Cardinals on the 30. 1st and 10.
It's tough for the Tigers who didn't make that tackle sooner.
See what they do here. He's gonna run it right up the middle. Might lose a couple yards here.
Yeah, that's rough for the Cardinals.
After such a great play, too.
You know, I don't think these pushing it up the center is working. The blockers aren't
Yeah.
just pushing them out of the way fast enough.
It's not really working for either team to run it right up the middle.
Yeah, if they're going to do that, they got to be faster and they got to be stronger. And it looks like these teams are too evenly matched for that to work out.
Yeah.
Those outside pitches were working much better earlier, catching them off guard. 8:44.
Davison has Latrell Fordham off to the far side again. We're going to pass it over to number 4.
What
Another
a
touchdown.
grab!
That was Harrison Terry, also known as
Fantastic.
AJ.
Fantastic vision there by Sullivan. Gets the pass off and avoids that tackle. Looks like he was brought down just after that.
That was 32 yards.
That playmaking ability, man. Brendan Sullivan's got it.
Davison is now 10 points ahead at 20-10.
Yeah, they took that field goal with a grain of salt, and they just moved it up the field. They marched. And it wouldn't have been possible without that Carter Kreideman return. Great team effort here. Looks like there's not enough guys on the field. Cardinals have to bring out another.
But that was an amazing play that we just saw.
I
Brendan
know.
Sullivan, 32-yard pass.
Some fantastic vision by him to spot out Harrison.
Terry.
Yeah, to spot him out. And then Terry to get up there for that grab and avoid that pass defender. Just fantastic on both of their parts. And Sullivan, too, he avoided that tackle coming up for him. Just barely. Just great play by both of them.
It's good that they also threw it, too, and caught it, instead of just running up the side or up the middle. It's not really working.
Yeah, the pass worked very well for them. It wasn't working in the beginning, but it's coming up for them now.
Kicker again is Gabe Hopkins. He makes it 21-10.
We got 8:36 left in this quarter here.
And it's been a crazy quarter so far. I don't think this game is not dull in the slightest.
Yeah, and that energy's got to be on a high right now on the Cardinals sideline.
You can just feel the energy from everybody,
Yeah,
the whole entire field.
not just the sideline, but the marching band, the nest, all the other fans, certainly helping these Cardinals in their home opener. And if you want to see highlights of this game after the fact, it'll be on our YouTube channel, DTV News. Go check that out.
And you can stay up to date with us on our social media also. You can follow the game. We'll have updates and things like that on our Twitter page and our Facebook page. Twitter is DTV_official, and the Facebook page is DTV News.
Yeah. And we'll probably have some highlights in it.
Just waiting for the kickoff here.
Got 8:36 left in this
Again,
quarter.
the Tigers have Miller in the backfield. Gabe Hopkins is going to kick it off for our Cardinals.
If you take a glance over at the scoreboard, the Cardinals have no timeouts left. That might be crucial for them later in this half. If
That's not good.
Yeah.
'Cause they have some distance between the two, but within 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, I mean, if the Cardinals get it in their red zone and it's late in the quarter in the half,
Taken right
it's gonna be
over,
rough.
just barely out of the arms of Miller.
Tigers are gonna have to be smart with that one timeout they have left, though. May not want to use it too quickly. Gonna have to save it for later, in case they have a drive late game or late in the half. Yeah, that ball's waved off right around the 20.
That's where they're going to set it up at. It's at the 20. 1st and 10.
Here this evening, as they will be doing the 50-50 at your biggest lacrosse team here this evening.
So Pascal's been making a pretty big impact in this game. He's making some great tackles, some
I think
great
a
plays.
lot of the team is stepping up.
Yeah, they're really
Davidson's
working
going to
together.
take a minute to decide what he wants to do. He's taken down
And they almost lost Davison there, but looks like
by number 95, I think that is.
And
That is Will Watkins.
yeah, Watkins able to make that clutch grab. If he didn't get that, then Davison looks like he would have been gone. Would have been a big play there, but he's just stopped by Watkins.
2nd and 3rd. We got just over 8 minutes left in the opening half. We got 3 receivers to the near side.
They only have 3 yards to get on here to get another first down.
Got a whistle. False start.
Looks like it's gonna set him back.
flag on the field.
Yeah, those 3 yards just turned into 8 for the Tigers.
Tigers
That's tough.
with a false start.
Now we're going to be at the 22.
Yeah, now maybe the run.
2nd and 8.
Maybe the run's not as much of an option here now because they have more yards to gain.
Still second down.
But it is only 2nd down, so they do have some time, some options.
Davison, a lot
Davison
of pressure.
passes over to, can't see who that is, I think 15.
Throws an absolute laser over to
That is Lucas
Claiborne.
Claiborne.
Absolute laser over there just before he's brought down. And it looks like that's going to make those chains move on up.
Pass complete, 1st and 10.
Yeah, and that pass defender for the Cardinals really need to make that play.
24 again, off with the ball is Miller. Again,
Yeah.
they tried to run that up the middle.
Yeah, they
Look
seem to be
like
really confident in
worked.
Miller's ability.
Tackle by Riley Henderson.
Yeah, those center runs again. It looks like he tried to go around the line more this time, but just still didn't work out.
They
Davison
did
jumped on
get
him.
4 yards though.
Yeah.
2nd and 6. See what they can do there. Got 7 minutes left.
Some confusion there on the line. And the flag's gone. Another false start on the Tigers.
I believe we have another false start.
And it's going to set him back 5 more yards. That's another false start.
That seems to be what both teams are kind of struggling with. They've both had false starts.
Yeah, they're way too jumpy on that line.
It's going to send them back to the 37.
Now they got 11 to go to get another first down.
Yep, 2nd and
down.
11.
Still second down.
Davison is going to pass it to his right, over to 10.
Looks
He
like
blocked one, or he got away from one defender, but then was ultimately taken down by 2.
Yeah, it looks like
That is Ethan Pyatt.
looks like Fazzala was a little too jumpy on that. He went straight for him, and man with the ball just dodged it. 3rd and 7 now. Got 6:20 left in this quarter. Left in this quarter. 21-10. Cardinals still up by 11.
Got 2 receivers on each side. See who he throws to. Almost an interception.
And he's not happy, but he should be. That was a fantastic, really clutch chip there by Pasco.
That was Pasco out there in the way.
If I were him, I'd be happier with that because, I mean, he just stopped a really big play there. He didn't make the interception, but
And it was just inches away from the Tigers.
yeah, he still made the stop. And now they're,
Going to put him at 4th and 7.
yeah, it looks like they got a punter back there, ready to get the snap.
They're just going to kick it.
Yeah, it's a little risky to go for it here.
Latrell Fordham stands about the 18 in the backfield.
The punt just barely missed, not blocked.
Straight into his hands.
And
He's going to just run for it.
Flag on the play.
We got flags. Oh, he's taken down.
Looks like a Cardinal man tackled the Tiger right in front of the ref, and the ref did not like that.
Ladies and gentlemen, give a big shout out to our
So yeah, that just didn't work out there for the Cardinals, it looked like.
It did not.
Yeah, got the flag on there.
Going to start at the Davison 20.
let's give a big shout out to our Cardinals.
Honestly, I think Fordham should have just waved it off there. He didn't need to go for it. He could have kept it simple and just waved it off and still gotten the easy 20 yards. But when he didn't, it forced that guy, put more
They're
pressure
going
on
to
the
start
defender.
at the Davison 9. It's a little short for the Cardinals.
Yeah, it's going to be a rough spot for them to get out of.
Yeah, exactly. They've got a long ways to go.
Yeah, I wonder if Sullivan's going to be able to dig him out of that hole.
See what they do.
They
Gonna
hand
take
it
it up
off.
the middle. Number 26, that is. He's taken down at about the 15. That is Carter Kreiderman.
It looks like he broke 1 or 2 tackles there. Did a pretty good job there, but brought down by Caleb Anderson.
I think Carter Kreiderman's going to be a big player this season, too.
Yeah, I mean, he showed all that speed off on that return he had, and he broke a couple tackles there, so he's got the strength, the speed.
Ball's now on the 15, 2nd and 5 to go. About 5 minutes left.
And there's going to be another
Got
flag
another
on the
flag.
play. False start on the
False
offense.
start.
It's going to move him back another 5 yards, 2nd and 10. And that's rough for the Cardinals. That's the last thing they need on this. They're in their
Yeah,
own.
and they have such a long way to go.
Yeah, they're on their own.
It'd be
10 or
super
15.
easy for the Tigers to take over and just take it.
Yeah, I mean, if they force a turnover, it's going to leave the Cardinals pretty vulnerable for scoring.
Remember, they got 40 seconds instead of 25.
Just 5 minutes on the clock now,
2 and 10
and the Cardinals are still up by 11.
on the Davison 10.
Ready to start counting. That means it's 5 seconds. Guys, does he 1, 2?
See, Brendan Sullivan passes it long to Latrell Fordham and is blocked.
Just too much coverage on there for him.
By
He's
number
not going to make that grab.
28, that is Ryan Miller.
Yeah, you see, he almost got up for it, but he had 2 men on there. Just not going to be able to make that grab in that much coverage. Good idea, though, by Sullivan.
It was trying to go for a long pass, trying to cut that distance in half.
Yeah, a little deep. Maybe a little too deep for them to be in their own territory.
Right. They're still at 2 and 10.
Yeah, you wonder what they're going to do now. That didn't
take
work
it
out.
back.
I mean, the run didn't work. The pass didn't work. You wonder what they're going to do now. Got 4:42 left on the clock.
A little confusion about where to start,
They declined it.
where they're going to put the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, the penalty must have been declined. That's why there's the confusion.
They're 3rd and 10 on the Davison 10. Got one receiver to the far side. That's
Send it-
Latrell Fordham.
and they sent
See if
Fordham
he's
out
going to
wide.
pass it to him.
And
And
he-
Sullivan right
he
over to
goes-
Latrell Fordham. He's going to run for it. It's going all the way. He's only got
He's
one
going.
defender
He's
behind
still
him.
going, and that's
Still
going to be
gonna
a
go for it.
Cardinal touchdown.
He's going to get it.
They sent him out wide at the last second, and he just was unstoppable once he got past that defender.
That was a 90-yard run
The
by
Tiger-
Latrell Fordham and pass.
The Tigers did just not see that coming. They didn't see him coming around the
Right.
corner, and Sullivan was getting chased. He hucked it down the field, and he connected with Fordham.
And that was such a great and long pass.
Completely turned the tables here. They were in their own territory, in their own 10, and now
Now-
they're kicking for an extra point off that 90-yard touchdown.
Gonna take the score to 27 to 10. See if they get the kick.
Just fantastic playmaking there by Sullivan again.
And that was 90 yards exactly from the 10-yard line
Yeah,
all the way to the end zone.
Fordham showed off that stellar agility right there.
It's Gabe Hopkins again. And he gets it. 28 to 10.
Giving the Cardinals an 18-point lead.
We've got a replay coming up of that 90-yard pass.
Yeah, and you see Fordham come around at the last minute here.
He's just in the corner of your screen. You can't see him.
Yeah, and
There he goes. You can kind of see him a little bit.
Yeah, the
Brent
defense-
Sullivan passes it about 30 yards. He just takes off with the ball from about the 40-yard line.
Yeah, the defense just didn't shift over in time. They didn't see that coming, and it costed them. It costed them real big time.
Great redemption for Latrell Fordham, too, since he lost that last touchdown.
Yeah, near touchdown pass over there in the
Got
corner
about
in the first
4
quarter.
minutes, 30 seconds left in the opening half. Gonna kick it off.
Cardinals sideline's got to be hyped up now, and the Cardinals fans. They're just going to go off this energy, go off this momentum, hopefully carry it over into the second half.
And that's going to be Hopkins kicking the ball. And once again, we've got number 24, Brandon Miller, in the backfield.
That's a nice kick right there.
Straight to 24, and he drops it.
Miller he's
Picks
still
it
going to
back
go
up,
with it.
runs with it.
That
But he was pushed back just a little bit at the end by the Cardinals.
Yeah, big mistake for him. He dropped that kickoff right there, and it looks like it's going to put him right on the 15.
Yep, I think they're going to set it up on the 15. 1st and 10, about 4:21 on the clock.
Look, that had some potential there, but he fumbled it up in his hands, and that costed the Tigers. And
I think if he wouldn't have fumbled the ball, he would have had a chance to go for it.
Yeah, would have had at least like 20 or 30 yards off that, because he's shown off his speed before in this game.
And his talent just all around good player.
Yeah, he's a leader, he's a playmaker, and he's a great athlete all around. The handoff.
Doesn't look like he gets much, if any.
Yeah, it looks like they tried to go around the line, but just did not work out. They all saw it coming and they jumped on it. Yeah, the run game's not too strong here for Fenton.
It's taken down by 23, Jay Davison. Got just under 4 minutes here. 2nd and 9 on the 16.
And Jay Davison, just a fantastic athlete. He's got such insane speed, and he's built like a big boy. And he's super strong too.
Again, they're trying to go right up the middle, and it seems not to be working. They were taken down by Pasco.
Yeah, it looks like they tried to have him go up right around the line, and it did not work out.
It's just not really working for either team to just go straight up the middle. Both teams have strong defenses.
Yeah, like I said earlier, that run game just not working for Fenton. The Cardinals just know when to blitz, when not to blitz, and it's paying off for them with that knowledge on the sideline from the defensive coaches.
Got 2 far receivers, 2 on each side. Far out.
Going for a pass.
Oh, and he's taken down.
Oh, and the Cardinals again can't make an interception off of the big hit.
Just out of range.
And it's a touchdown for the Davison Cardinals. It looks like that was called as a fumble, and they recovered it, brought it into the end zone. And that's a Cardinal touchdown, and they could not be happier about it.
I don't know who scored it. One's acting like he did.
Got a replay of that coming up here in a second.
Yeah, quite an odd play.
Score now sits at 34-10. See what we've got here.
Davison just gets rocked by
And
that
he gets
Davison
taken
defender.
down.
It's called as a fumble, and he picks it up.
And he picks it back up. That was Latrell Fordham. 34-10.
And the Cardinals they're just seeming to run away with this game, and it's only the second half, 34-10. That's quite a high-scoring game.
That was crazy. I didn't even see the end there.
Yeah, I didn't expect
I watched the replay.
And the extra point is good too. Gonna give the Cardinals a 35-10 lead.
Which will be hard for the Tigers to recover. They've only got a half. The remaining part of this half, 2:41.
Yeah, you wonder if the Cardinals are gonna carry this momentum over into the second half, and whether the Tigers are gonna step up their game. But yeah, just a crazy play right there. I don't think anyone expected that.
I didn't expect it. I didn't even see it until the last second.
Yeah, I heard
And
fans
the next thing
cheering.
I knew, Latrell Fordham was in the end zone.
Yeah, and they were celebrating. And now they're up 25 points. Just crazy. That was a fantastic job by the defense too to knock it out of his hands.
Yes.
They didn't give him enough time to tuck it in. They just went full force.
Hopkins with the kickoff. Got 2 minutes and 40 seconds left. Opening half. It'll be interesting to see what the Tigers bring here, if they're going to try and get anything before the or the half ends.
Yeah, you wonder what they're going to do to retaliate. They still got a timeout left, so if they make some progress up the field, they could use that timeout efficiently and make an offensive play.
Kickoff goes long.
Right around the 15.
Right over to, can't see who it is from here.
Looks like it was Troila. Or, yeah, excuse me,
Triola?
Triola, excuse me.
I think so.
Yeah, he brought down right around the 25.
That was number 6, actually, Cameron Newer.
My mistake. Great job on him, though, breaking those tackles, getting those couple extra yards.
He was taken down by Luke Milenich.
Milenich also another junior, another young guy on this team.
He also plays basketball too, just like Brendan Sullivan.
Yeah, you wonder if he's going to make varsity this year or not. I mean, he's got the size to be a varsity athlete for sure.
I think so.
I think he's going to have a great season in basketball.
Got 2:36 on the clock.
And it looks like Fenton used their last time out there, not saving it. Means they're
set up on the 30.
Yeah, and it looks like they're just going to go full force, not stop slowing down for anything on this drive.
Yeah, I think they kind of have to also. They just have to go for anything that they can get.
Or they might pass it out wide and then have the receivers just run out of bounds so they can stop that clock and keep moving up the field. You don't know, it might take 10 seconds, it might take another minute.
Got trips to his right side. So he passes it to 15.
Lucas Clyburn just wide open there. But he gets jumped on by those Davison defenders. Gonna give him another first down. On their own.
Move it up to the 45. It's a 15-yard play there.
Clock's winding down, got about 2 minutes, 20 seconds left in this half.
He's gonna pass it again.
And it looks like that's number 24, Brandon Miller.
Taken by Brandon Miller. They really need to watch out for Miller too.
Yeah, I mean,
as the game goes on.
If he gets those open passes and all that space, he's just gonna take it to the house. He's not gonna stop.
They need to make sure they put some defenders on him.
Yeah, it looks like that pass defense is just getting a little bit jumbled. A little bit confused by this by what the Tigers are running.
Gonna take the Tigers to 1st and 10. Clock is ticking down, 2 minutes left on the 35. Oh, and he's taken down. That was number 25 with the tackle, Gabe Smith.
Just fantastic athleticism there. Way to break through that line and get to the quarterback.
Yeah, they're not going to let anything through, and they can't. They need to make sure they have this edge as they go into the next quarter, or into the next half.
You know, the Cardinals had 24 sacks last season, and they didn't get sacked once. So that just shows how good they are breaking through that line and getting to the quarterback and taking him down.
Davidson's going to throw to his left.
High
long,
pass.
just out of the arms of 28, Ryan Miller.
Some great pass defense there. Harrison Terry kept up with him and just made the play.
Pass is incomplete and will send them to 3rd down, 17 to go.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to have to go for a big, deep pass here.
Off the 41.
That incomplete pass did stop the clock, though, so they have some time.
Yeah, they've got 1:18 left on the clock. Davidson's going to throw to the left again.
And he's wide open.
Wide open, that was number 10, Pyatt.
Yes.
Taken down by A.J. Terry.
Yeah, and he's just making some great defensive plays. He stopped that pass over there that could have been deadly for the Cardinals, and he stopped that run there.
And he was on varsity last year too, and he made a lot of good plays then too.
4th and 1 here. You think they're going to run it, or you think they're going to surprise the defense, go for a pass?
I'm not sure. I think they're going to have to go for it.
And there's going to be a flag on the play. False start on the offense, on the Tigers. That's going to be critical for them. They could have ran it there, but now looks like a little bit too far out to go for a run. They might have to go for a pass.
It's not good on the 4th down to be taken back.
Yeah, that's not good at all.
They're now at 4 and 6. That's quite a longer distance to go.
Yeah, rushing isn't an option now. It looks like they're going to have to go for a pass.
They've only got 1 minute left, so Davison could easily turn it over. They're going to kick it.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to go for a field goal
94,
here.
Braden Moore going to kick it, try and get some points. It is 39 yards, though.
Yeah, it might be a difficult kick to kick off.
And it's just short, straight into the end zone.
Yeah, and you know, I saw a guy back there earlier. It looks like he was expecting the kick, but you know what? He moved up to help the defense. Maybe return that for some yards.
Well, if they didn't get that penalty, they got taken back a little bit. If it was 4 and 1, they could have easily gone for it.
Yeah, they could have just rushed it.
Do anything to complete the pass.
Yeah, but that false start just killed them there. 1 minute and 4 seconds left in this half.
See where they start out at.
Yeah, I wonder what they're going to do here. I mean, they don't have much time left. Do you think they're just going to run down the clock by running it? Or
Yeah, I think they might also just go for a really long pass. 1st and 10
that might be
from the 20. See what they do here. They're just going to take it right up the middle.
And he breaks
That's
through
Caleb
all the
Smith.
line.
He's got no defenders on him until just at the end.
Just barely brought down at right around the 35. Fantastic there by Caleb Smith. Just not going to get brought down by these Fenton Tiger tackles. Such fantastic strength and athleticism.
1st and 10.
At their own 35. And there's going to be a flag.
We got another flag. False start again.
Man, that's just plaguing the offense.
That's
on
the
both
theme
sides.
of this game is just
just
false start.
I mean, yeah, Tigers got plenty of them. It really messed them up there. They went from 4th and 1 to 4th and 6, so they had to go for a field goal that they missed. And Davison's had their fair share of false starts too.
Got just under 50 seconds left here.
Yeah, it looks like Davison's just going to take their time, let that clock wind
The
down.
clock is running.
Looks like they might run it again. Handed it off to Caleb, worked the first time. Why not another?
They are 1st and 15, so I think all they have to do here is just not let the Tigers have the ball.
And Caleb Smith finds
Caleb
the
Smith's
holes
gonna
again.
run it again.
He's not going to
Got some room. It's taken down by number 73.
Cole Patterson.
That was an amazing play there. Amazing run by Caleb Smith. I think that's what he was planning for on the last one.
Yeah, I don't think they expected this at all. You think they just run it to wind down the clock, but no, they're making some pretty big distance on the field.
Gonna set it up at the 30.
Ref stopping it.
We got 22 seconds left in the opening half, and what a crazy half it has been.
Especially the end. I mean, Caleb Smith had 2 unbelievable runs in a row and came out of nowhere, just broke through all the defense and found all the holes.
And you can see how connected the Davison team is. They're just all around good with passing, with throwing, with touchdowns, everything.
Yeah, and they're just, they're just working really well as a team. They're blocking for each other. They're making great plays.
Cardinals are 2nd down, 10 to go.
Bringing Fordham out to the right side. And it looks like he's going to go for Fordham, but he didn't make it.
Looked like it was just through his arms, but I think it was actually a couple inches above his head.
Yeah, it looks like Sullivan looked around. He was thinking about going to someone else, but he wanted to go to his main man, Fordham.
Got 18 seconds on the clock. 3rd and 10.
And they're on the Tigers 45. Wonder what they're going to do here. You think they might just run it to run down the clock?
They might, but you could expect anything from Davison.
I mean, based on their big, long touchdowns, they're passing.
And the passes as well.
Yeah.
Looks like Caleb Smith's just going to try and run it again.
Yeah, they're just going to run it and let the clock run down.
Taken down. They're just going to let the clock run out. We're going to go over here in just a few seconds to Jillian Tate on the sideline. She's got our new principal, Mr. Jacobs, with her.
Yeah, excited to see what he has to say. I mean, he's got to be excited for this Cardinal performance, 35-10.
Right, this is first experience of Davison culture.
Yeah, Davison football.
See what she has.
Changes coming to Davison this past year. The biggest, a brand new principal. This is Ron Jacobs. Mr. Jacobs, what can you tell us about yourself?
I'm originally from Corona, and I love I love Davison. I've always known about Davison from Corona. The reputation's been fantastic, and I have a 3-year-old boy named Ronan, and I have a beautiful wife Kelly. So we're really excited to move to Davison.
You've already started to put through some changes. Can you tell us a little bit about what made you think up the introduction pep assembly?
Yeah, I want to celebrate our teachers. Our teachers do really great work for our kids, and we want to celebrate them. We want to do the right things for them. We want to be positive, we want to take care of them, and we want to love them.
And finally, what has your first impression of Davison been so far?
Fantastic. The people are fantastic. They've supported me.
Please welcome to the field.
You know, they've taken care of me. They've welcomed me, and everything's been great. Love the people.
Thank you so much. Back to Riley and Mason in the announcing booth.
Ladies and gentlemen, Davison is proud to present the 2019 Davison Cardinals Marching Band. Marching Band directors are James C. Fisher and Jim Johnson. Support staff includes Savannah Kent with the guard, Alyssa Smith with the Brewers, and Charlie Church with the percussion. Drum majors for the Cardinal Marching Band are Lily Hathaway, Bailey Sheffrock, and Lucas Dunn. We hope you enjoy this year's show, Invincibles. Drum majors, is your band ready? The field is yours for your halftime performance, your Davison Cardinals Marching Band. Tigers will begin the third quarter with number 94. Brady Moore, kickoff. Deep for the Cardinals is number 17, Caleb Smith, and number 6, Carter Ryder.
And then some. Davison is going for the upset.
For that strong arm.
Out of bounds before the end zone. They're going to bring it out to the 35.
Good evening, Davison. I'm Kate Lawrence alongside Mason Palmentier, and welcome back to DTV's live coverage of Davison versus Fenton. You know, Mason, last night it was crazy. You know, like Latrell Fordham had a few touchdowns. Can you explain a little bit more on that?
Yeah, he had 3 touchdowns last night. He had that one crazy 90-yarder after he ran it down all the way from that pass off Brendan Sullivan, and then he also had that one over there off the fumble.
Yeah, and we also got to talk to Coach Sullivan before the game, and what did he have to say?
He said he's kind of happy that he got called up because gave their team a chance to look back on what they can improve on, and he's glad that they can feel refreshed and they know what to expect from this Fenton team.
Well, Brendan Sullivan just got the snap, and there was a flag on the field.
Looks like a false start. Going to go on the offense, send him back about 5 yards. Saw a lot of those yesterday, too. Offense was really jumpy on there.
5-yard penalty on Davison.
And it is a false start.
Brings up a 1st and 15.
So that'll be a 1st and 15 for Davison.
Right around the 30.
1st and 15.
You wonder if they're going to run it here or if they're going to pass it because they got those 15 yards to cover now.
Exactly. You're more important with the clock.
Brendan receives the snap and gets it to number 26.
26.
That's Carter Carterman.
But they won't be enough for a first down, so it'll be a
Yeah,
second
just
down.
short because of that false start there. It was a nice run, though. The offensive line really did a good job there, pushing them out.
Yeah. So now they're getting ready to snap at 2nd and 3. Snap again. He he fakes him out, passes it to Pizzola, but sadly, Pizzola can't get it at time.
Yeah, that was really, really good from the Fenton defensive lineman there to get up there and block the pass.
Yeah, it looked like they were ready for that to happen.
Yeah, some fast reflexes there. Almost looked like a keeper in soccer.
And hikes, and Sullivan keeps it for himself, and he's getting ready to run down to the 50, to the 40, 30, 20. And they catch him at the 10.
He really faked out that whole defense with that run, that handoff to Caleb Smith. Just fantastic on the offense there.
I know that'll be enough for a 1st and 10.
And his blockers really did a great job there too, keeping those Fenton defenders away from him and allowed him to get those extra yards, bring him all the way up to the red zone. Honestly, did not expect that one at all.
I know, I was honestly expecting like a touchdown. I got chills. It'll be enough for a 1st and goal. Oh, looked like we had a little bit of movement on Fenton's side, but Brendan Sullivan passes it to, and it's intercepted. Or
it's not.
It's a false.
It is tipped. It was tipped by number 28, Ryan Miller, on the Fenton Tigers. That was good on him there. Able to get up there, block that pass.
So now we'll be at 2nd and goal.
And you know, yesterday, it looked like that pass was going to Fordham. Yesterday we saw a lot of that too. It looks like Fordham's going to be Sullivan's main guy this season.
Yeah, Bobby, you're right. Clock is more important.
You know, we talked to Coach Weingarts earlier in the season, or earlier in the week, and he said that Latrell Fordham is definitely going to be something that we have to keep our eye on because he was doing so good.
Caleb Smith.
And Smith receives the ball and gets to the 5-yard line.
Looks like he just wasn't able to make it past those linemen there. They grabbed his foot.
So now it'll be a 3rd and goal. Hopefully they can get it so that they don't have to kick a field goal.
That's tough for the Cardinal offense there. You think they're going to go for a field goal or you think they're going to go for it? I mean, they have a pretty good lead right now, so I'd assume they'd go for it.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes you just got to risk it.
Yeah, I mean, nothing wrong with trying to expand on that lead even more. They were really running away with it yesterday too.
Yeah. So now Coach Weingarts is going to bring in a couple more players to replace number 10, Harrison Unger,
He's bringing on Flowers and
Pizzala
yeah.
for a 4th and goal.
Looks like he might go for a passer because he just brought on.
Because we didn't bring out Gabe Hopkins.
Yeah.
All right. Brennan Sullivan with the snap. He passes it to Latrell Fordham and touchdown!
Great run there by Fordham, really getting to the edge there, taking off the defense.
That was a great play. I'm very happy that they went for it.
Yeah.
And I'm sure Coach Weingarts is too.
Yeah, really going to put them up ahead on the board here. Now they're up by 31 points.
And you can, if you can't hear, the Nest is actually singing happy birthday to our quarterback, Brennan Sullivan, as today is his birthday.
How old is he, you think? 17, he's a junior.
Yeah, probably 17.
Looks like Hopkins wasn't able to connect on that extra point. No good.
No.
It's going to keep them up 31 points. And we saw some pretty, a little bit of inconsistency from Hopkins. He had some good kickoffs and bad kickoffs and near misses on some PATs.
Yeah.
Hopefully he can keep the consistency later in the season.
Yeah, and that brings Latrell Fordham's touchdown total up to 4 now.
Just fantastic play by him already. If you want to see the highlights after the second part of the game, they'll be on our YouTube channel, DTV News. And you can also find yesterday's highlights on there too.
Okay, Gabe Hopkins will be kicking.
All right, Gabe Hopkins will be kicking off to the Tigers.
Deep for the Tigers should be 24.
And it looks like they got Miller deep again, returning this kickoff. And he was a really, really big part in the Fenton Tigers offense yesterday. He was grabbing a lot of passes and making a lot of plays for them.
You know, the Nest is not as big as it was last night, but they're still pretty vocal.
Yeah, a lot of those kids probably leaving for Labor Day weekend vacations.
Hopkins ready to kick. Kicks it to 24. That is Miller. Bounces.
It looks like he's going to
Miller's getting ready to run it, but Miller runs it back. They can't catch him. Maybe they can.
Oh, it looks like they're going to call him out of bounds. Look, he could have had some real distance on there if he didn't get called.
I know that could have been
not good for the Cardinals defense. That was a close call there. Good on the ref for catching that, because if they didn't catch that, that could have really changed the pace of this game.
Right.
I'm excited to see if Pascal can do just as good as he was on defense today as he was yesterday. He was making some great plays. He tipped a couple passes. He was making some good tackles.
Yeah.
Really excited to see the play out of him.
So it'll be 1st and 10 on Fenton's 29-yard line.
Okay, 24 is the back in the backfield. 2 is the quarterback.
They pass it to
24 the ball carrier.
Davidson, passes it off to, I can't see who that is.
5 on his back.
Yeah, but he didn't really get anything there.
35.
I think it was 35, and Jaden Lanas.
We saw a lot of that yesterday too, trying to hand it off and let him go up the middle, but neither the offense for the Cardinals and the Tigers, they weren't able to make those center runs.
You know, as I said earlier in the game, that we talked to Coach Sullivan, and he said that they are kind of ready to expect from Fenton, so that really showed on that last play.
Yeah.
Davidson looks for somebody to pass to. He passes to number 4. That is Triola. And he's
able to make that grab. And he made a couple yesterday too. Made some pretty important catches for the Tigers, but not enough though because they're still down by 31.
And that's enough for Fenton, 1st down.
Getting to moving those chains.
Yeah. It looked like they were kind of measuring it to see if he had actually got the 1st down, and he did. Davidson passes to Laness again, but Davison is ready for him.
Yeah, the run game just not that strong for the Tigers. I think it's more so this Cardinals defense. They're super physical, and they're just not allowing that run game to go through at all. It was really reoccurring yesterday, too. They were just stopping everything.
You know, that stop on the last play was actually done by number 10 junior Harrison Unger.
Wasn't he on varsity last year, too, as a sophomore? I believe he was.
I think so.
And it helps
Davison looking for somebody to pass to. He finally passes to
Looks like it was Triola making another grab for the Tigers.
And that's enough to move the chains. First down, Fenton.
Yeah, good pass there by Davison.
You know, it was a little. He looked like he was in trouble for a few minutes or a few seconds, and finally got it out of his hands.
Yeah, he was trying to find an open receiver.
Before.
And Triola looked like his best option.
Yeah, before a Davison defender.
Got 3 receivers far out, 1 near.
Number 60, Sabato passes to Davidson, and Davidson decides he's going to run it himself.
And it looks like it's enough to move those chains. That's going to be another Tigers first down. They're just marching down the field right now. What do you think the Cardinals are going to do to stop it?
I don't know. They're obviously going to try and stop them, you know.
Yeah, there's not much they can do right now.
Davidson passes to 24, but there's a flag on the field. It might be against not against Davidson, against Fenton.
Let's see what that flag is.
If it's enough to move the chains, that'll be very damaging for Davison, as it could be in the 1st and 10, first and goal.
Yeah, just gotta see what that flag. It looks like it's gonna be a pass interference on the offense. I'd assume that the Tigers would decline it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like the Tigers decline that so they can stay up there right in the red zone.
Yeah. Davison gets the ball, passes hands it off to 24, and that's not enough for a touchdown, but it is enough for 2nd and goal.
Yeah, it looks like Miller really couldn't do anything on there. Yeah, Miller, he had a pretty good game, or pretty good half yesterday, I should say, before the Lightning came in. He was making some pretty good plays for the Tigers, catching a lot of passes, and he looks like he's doing some stuff on the run game too.
Do you think that they're going to get a touchdown at this next play?
It depends. This Cardinals defense is really tough. I don't think they're going to be able to rush it in. They're going to have to go for a pass, I think, if they're going to have any hopes of getting a touchdown.
Timeout.
Yeah, it looks like the Tigers are going to want to talk this over. And that's a smart decision by them. They really got to try and... I don't think it's going to be Ron that's going to beat this Cardinals defense. It's going to be Brand. They're going to have to make a smart play.
But hopefully Davison can stop Fenton before they get any more points on the board. I mean, they have a great lead already, but they don't want to lose that.
Yeah, I mean, 41 points, that's going to be tough to overcome. And there's only 7 minutes left in this quarter and 12 in the next. So
that's about 19 minutes?
Plus all the stoppage time. Wonder what the Tigers are going to do. See if they can rally a comeback here early on.
You know, I looked up some stats earlier in the week about Fenton, and the last time that Davison beat them, it was a very close game. It was actually 29-26 at Fenton, and then one time they beat us, 35-0 at home.
That's rough.
So I had no idea what to expect coming into this game.
Yeah, it was going to be close.
There you go. You're good there.
Davison gets the ball, passes it to
Miller. And it looks like he wasn't there yet. He didn't make it to the end zone. Gonna be put him right on the line there.
So it's 3rd and 1.
3rd and goal. And it looks like, yeah, Miller's not having the best start off to the second half here.
I just looked in at the sideline, and Weingart's kind of looks like he's like pacing back and forth, trying to hope that his team can stop the Tigers.
They're doing a pretty good job. They're stopping all these runs by Miller.
Yeah. Number 17 gets the ball this time, and now he just runs in for a clear touchdown.
That was Logan Angel. I don't think even the Davison sideline expected that.
Yeah, I was getting ready to say Davidson, and then I looked and I was like, that's not Davidson.
Yeah, just tossed it back to Angel, and he just ran it in. That's going to be a Tigers touchdown.
Yep. Davison's lead decreases to 25.
It's going to be Grant Bluthart kicking this for the Tigers.
And it's good.
That's going to put them up to 16 points.
17.
Against Davison. 17 points. My bad.
Sorry, Mason.
It's fine. Against Davison 41.
We still have 6 minutes left in this quarter. Anything can happen now.
Yeah, earlier you talked about our more recent outings against Fenton. The all-time record is Davison's won 13 of the games that they played against Fenton, and Fenton's only won 7. So not the most even. Davison seemed to have dominated all time, but we'll see if they can put that up to 14 wins after this game. And you wonder what Weingart's going to want his team to do to retaliate against that touchdown.
Caleb Smith is down at the 5-yard line, ready to receive Fenton's kick when they do decide to kick.
You know, yesterday though, when they caught those kickoffs, a lot of times, 1 or 2 times, they handed it off, like they ran across to each other and handed it off. That's how Kreiderman got that really big return yesterday. That set them up for a touchdown.
17.
You know, Fenton was getting ready to come back out on the field, and then they went back, so I was a little confused. But now it looks like they're on the field to stay.
Yeah. It's going to be Braden Moore taking this kick, or taking the kickoff for the Tigers.
I keep getting confused by that name because we actually have a Braden Moore in DTV, so I'm like,
Yeah.
Yeah. That would have been.
Braden Moore kicks it.
It's a nice kick.
Who's it going to be? Is it going to be? Oh!
And it looks like he dropped that one there. It's going to be called as a touchback.
Carter Kreiderman went up to catch it and fell just right through his hands,
Yeah,
so that'll be a touchdown.
Just bounced around, wasn't able to make that grab. I wonder if he made that, if he could have had another huge return like he did yesterday.
I thought it was actually going to go to Caleb Smith because I could see Caleb.
Yeah, but he looked like he was on the far side of the kick. You wonder if the Cardinals and the Tigers are just going to go back and forth. That's what it seemed like was going to happen yesterday, but Davison just started running up the scoreboard and they ran away with it. So let's see what this Cardinal offense has to offer.
You know, everybody was saying how this is going to be a big game, and I remember from last year when Davison played Grand Blanc, everyone was saying it was a big game, and Davison ended up winning like 49-7. So
yeah, so it seemed they do well under pressure.
Brendan Sullivan passes it to, or hands it off to Smith.
And it's brought down. Not the best play there. That pitch off to the side was working a lot better for them yesterday, but it looks like Tigers are able to predict that now. And obviously they did there. They were able to bring Smith down right away.
You know, like we said earlier in the game, we talked to Sullivan and our coach Sullivan, and he said that Davison did some things that Fenton wasn't expecting, and Fenton was doing some things that Davison wasn't expecting. So now they're looking like they're expecting everything.
Yeah.
Brendan Sullivan looks for somebody to snap to, decides that he might keep it himself. No, he passes it to
Fordham. Fordham's still going.
Go Fordham. And Fordham's down at the 50-yard line. And looks like there's some talking, a little altercation there.
Yeah, looks like he's drawn off to the Tigers defense there.
He just got like right in their face.
Yeah, he's getting pretty emotional out there. I mean, I would too if I'd be doing as good as he was. He's been having a fantastic game.
Brent Sullivan gets the snap, passes it, or hands it off to number 17. That's Caleb Smith. Caleb Smith is running it all the way down for a touchdown.
And it looks like he's going to go the distance. Fantastic run by Smith, and we saw that run game from him earlier in the first half yesterday. Just fantastic.
What a great run by Caleb Smith.
I know. You look at him and you think, oh, he's kind of a bigger guy. He's not going to be that fast, but no, he's extremely fast. He just showed it there.
You know, Caleb Smith was really good last year, and it shows that he's like doing as good as he was last year.
Yeah, they
And we
just
actually have a
turned
replay on that. You know, Smith, he celebrated.
Yeah, just ran it right in, and he's got nothing to complain about there. Great play.
Now Gabe Hopkins is going to kick it, is going to try and kick it into the uprights. And it's good. Davison goes up 48-17.
Looks like there might have been a little push there after that play, a little altercation, but the refs didn't see it. They're not going to worry about it.
That brings Davison's lead up to 31 points with 5 minutes and 18 seconds left in the third quarter.
I know it's a little early in the season for this, but what do you think the Cardinals' playoff chances are?
Ooh,
I think
that's a good question.
I think they're going to go pretty deep into the playoffs. This team is young, but they've obviously they've demonstrated how good they can play against this Fenton team with 25 seniors.
You know, if they keep playing like how they've been playing tonight, or these last 2 nights with Sullivan and Fordham, I think they could maybe go all the way.
Yeah, it looks like Sullivan and Fordham are really going to be leading this offense.
And you know, how great would that be for it to be Coach Weingart's second season with the Cardinals, and they go all the way to Ford Field?
That'd be something else.
And Gabe Hopkins is getting ready to kick it off to Fenton's number 24, Miller.
You know, he's their only person that really ever takes the kicks. You wonder if he gets injured, who's going to take the kicks?
Yeah, he's their only. He's Gabe's. Gabe is the only kicker for Davison. And Gabe kicks it to right into 24's arms. Miller runs it down to Fenton's.
And it looks like
16.
Gabe Smith there on that tackle. Some crazy speed there by him to catch up to Miller and bring him down. I don't think Miller expected that.
You know, Gabe Smith was a freshman last year, and he was I think the only freshman on varsity last year. So for him to be a freshman and be on varsity, he had some serious skills.
Yeah, he's built pretty big and he's fast too. He obviously showed it off there.
Yeah.
So he's a pretty stellar player in defense.
Yeah, it'll be 1st and 10 at Fenton's 16-yard line. Davison gets a snap. He passes it to 33, and 33 just cannot catch it.
Yeah, that pass looked a little bit low there. Hit the ground before he caught it, and they're going to call that incomplete. It's going to be 2nd and 10. You know, what do you think they could have done better on that? I think he should have just looked for another option. He threw it way too quick. He could have looked over, see who he had better.
Well, I think maybe he was just like getting rid of it to get rid of it before he got sacked. You know what I mean?
Yeah, maybe just catch the defense off guard.
2nd and 10. Miller has the ball, and Davison is just not letting them get any yards.
Yeah, brought down with a big tackle from the sophomore, Flowers. Some pretty good play by him there.
That'll be 3rd down, and I think maybe they lost maybe 1 yard.
Looks like it.
Because they have.
Yeah, they moved the chains back a little bit.
Yeah.
That's rough for the Tigers, and they're in their own end too. Pretty deep in their own end too. Wonder what they're gonna do to dig themselves out of this hole.
Yeah, it's 3rd and 13 with 4 minutes and 26 seconds left to go. Davison gets the snap. Davidson's looking. He decides to run it himself. And he is sacked by number 25 of the Cardinals. That is Gabe Smith.
Yeah, it doesn't look like
and it looks like there's some fighting going on.
Yeah, it looks like there's a little bit of an altercation there.
Couple punches maybe. Little bit of shoving.
Yeah, it looks like the refs are trying their best to break that up, and they do.
But that could be a penalty for both teams, unsportsmanlike conduct.
Yeah, it might give them first down, might not. Depends on who started the altercation. Looks like they're bringing out their special teams. They're going to go for a punt here. They're not going to risk it.
Okay, deep for Davison.
And Caleb Smith goes deep for David, prepares to receive the punt. You know, it's unfortunate for Fenton to have to punt this early with this big of a...
Yeah, this deficit to make up.
The punt
That is a nice punt there.
And it goes all the way to the 10-yard line.
Yeah, it looks like Caleb's not going to go for that. He's just going to let it roll out. That's a rough position for the Cardinals there.
You know, it looked like one of the Fenton Tigers was getting ready to grab it. And
yeah, but he saw it rolling the other way, and he's like, nope, I'm just going to let it go.
That's like in basketball when they see a ball rolling out of the bounds, they're like, nope.
Yeah, just going to let it go out. You know, what really helps out Brendan Sullivan in the quarterback position is that he played wide receiver last season, and he led the team in receiving yards in 3 games.
And he also played quarterback for Unger Cannon Hall.
Yeah, so he knows, like, both those areas, and it really helps him connect with the receivers and know what's going on and everywhere on the field.
I couldn't agree more, Mason.
Wonder what the Cardinals are going to do here.
Looks like he might hand it off to Smith.
Yeah, he's got him lined up with him in the backfield. They got 3 close, 1 far receivers.
Oh, Brendan Sullivan passes it to Caleb Smith, and Smith runs down to the 15-yard line.
Yeah, he dodged that one Tiger coming in blazing hot, and then he got brought down by 2 more. Good on him, though, for dodging that. He saw it coming and just took a step back and continued his run.
I feel like I'm a mind reader because I called it. I was like,
you called that Caleb run. You called it.
Now it's 2nd and 5, Davison at their own 15-yard line.
And that clock's winding down around 2 minutes, 50 seconds, excuse me.
It's fine. Maybe 6 or 5 was good.
Brendan Sullivan passes it or hands it off to number 26.
That's Kreiderman there on the run.
And it looks like there's some shoving, and a flag is thrown.
Another flag.
Probably some unsportsmanlike conduct because someone looked like they put their hands on him. And now Coach Weingartz is looking like he's not happy.
Yeah, he's not happy with how their players are behaving. Looks like those Davison players are getting a little too comfortable with this lead.
Getting a little too cocky.
Yep, a little bit. And the Davison huddle's talking it over, trying to bring it down a notch. And so Weingart's sending Sullivan back over there.
You're not.
It looks like the Cardinals are going to get 3 yards here. Yeah, and the Cardinals are happy about that call there.
Yeah. That was also kind of cocky.
You know, this game is it's a lot more emotional already than it was yesterday. Yesterday they didn't seem to get this pushy shovey, but today, pretty early on, they're already getting pretty emotional.
Yeah. Davison just has to be really careful. I was thinking he has a couple unsportsmanlike calls against them.
Yeah, I wonder where all that emotion came from. Maybe just their excitement.
And the reason that Davison was happy about that was because it benefited them. 1st and 10 Cardinals.
Yep.
At their 35-yard line. Brendan Sullivan gets a snap, fakes like he's going to throw, but Fenton was kind of ready. No, they weren't.
Fenton was ready for that, but it looks like he's just going to be brought down. There's going to be a flag on that play there.
That referee threw that flag really far.
Yeah. Kardinals saw all those linemen. They were all coming after him. And he was like, nope, I'm going to just dodge that.
Yeah, they acted like they were going to tackle him, and then Kreiderman avoided that tackle and ran a few yards before finally coming down, and Fenton or the refs.
Yeah, Kardinals, great on him, and great on his linemen too for blocking those linemen.
Now, what do you think this call is going to be?
I don't know. I think it might be like illegal contact or something. Looks like it's going to be holding on the Cardinals. Just going to push them back a couple yards. We got 2 minutes, 23 seconds left in this quarter. Cardinals are still up 48-17.
Yeah, now we have a 1st and 13 because of that last penalty.
Yeah. Maybe
Carter Kreiderman kind of looked at his team like,
you're like, what are you guys doing? That was a good run. Messed it up for me.
Well, he looked like he looked at Coach Weingartz and was like, I don't think so, but, you know. Davison calls a timeout.
Yeah, Weingartz wants to talk it over. He doesn't seem too happy with how the Davison players are behaving and playing right now.
Weingartz kind of looks like he's like fuming. He is yelling at them. I would not want to be a Davison player right now.
Yeah, not too happy. They still are up by quite a bit, though, so they got quite a cushion on the slate.
Yeah, I don't think Weingarts wants to risk that lead, though, you know?
Yeah, he wants them to play like they've been here before, play like they've blown out a team before. But, you know, Fenton might come back. I mean, they got that touchdown early on. You never know. And like we said earlier, if you want to check out the highlights of this game, you can check them out on our YouTube channel, DTV News, where you can also find yesterday's first half, and you can find the highlights of the first half, too. Looks like the Cardinals are taking a lot of time talking this one over. Weingart's trying to get his point across.
Weingart's trying to make sure that his team plays like how they were playing yesterday.
Yeah, plays to their utmost ability.
Sullivan receives a snap, throws it long to Caleb.
Long ball to Smith.
To Caleb Smith, who is brought down at the Fenton 25-yard line. That is 1st and 10, and it looks like number 4 is hurt for Fenton. That's Triola, and he's been a big player.
Yeah, that's a rough injury for them. He's a big leader for their team, and he's big movement on the offense. That's not going to be good for the Tigers at all.
It looked like he was kind of holding his hand a little bit, and it looked like he had kind of injured it when he went to tackle Smith.
Yeah.
He is on the.
Yeah, he's not feeling good after that one.
And if he goes out of the game, that's going to be big for. That's going to be a big loss for Fenton.
The Tigers, yeah. It's going to be a hard game without him. Hopefully he can make as big of an impact on the sideline as he was on the field. If anything, it's going to give the Tigers and the Cardinals more time to talk it over what they're going to do after that big play right there.
You know, the Fenton players, as they were coming off the field, they kind of looked like they were a little shaken up.
Yeah, they didn't expect that at all. Now they're worried about a big leader on their team.
It looks like they're checking out his left hand right now.
Yeah, that can't be good.
You know, last year, Fenton actually lost their quarterback to an injury.
In the first game, too.
So if they lose Triola in this game, it's just going to be like a
yeah, same thing happening again and again. And he's a senior, too.
If he can't play, if this is a serious injury and he's not able to play, that's going to be very devastating for Fenton.
Yeah, because he's a pretty big target for Davison. And just when Davison was getting back into it, now he's losing one of his best receivers and one of the 25 seniors on the Tigers.
You know, you really got to hope, if you're Fenton right now and the Fenton fans, you've really got to hope that this is just like maybe a stubbed finger or like a jammed finger.
Or like a sprain or something.
Yeah, but he's sitting up right now, so they're making a little bit of progress.
Yeah, hopefully he can come back off and play next game maybe.
And he's back on his feet, but he might come out of the game.
Getting some applause from Davison and Fenton fans.
That's great, you know. Here at Davison, we're all about like positivity and showing respect to other teams and
sportsmanship too.
Yeah. And he's not going to come out. It doesn't look like he's going to come out of the game. He's just getting a water break, and then he's probably going to be back on the field.
Yeah. Hopefully for the Fenton Tigers, he can come back on.
Oh, maybe not. He looked like he's coming off the Fenton's sideline.
It looks like he's going to go take a little break. Wonder if he'll come back on later on.
Maybe get that hand taped up a little bit.
Yeah.
But anyways, that's a first down for Davison. Brendan Sullivan hands it off to Carter Kreiderman.
Yeah, and Fenton just saw right through that like they did a lot yesterday.
Doesn't look like he's going to gain any yards.
Yeah, that defensive line by the Tigers is just too good. These linemen, both these linemen are pretty evenly matched too. They all seem to be pretty similarly, like in terms of strength and power matched.
Weingarts is, look, I think I can hear Weingarts up here.
Yeah, he's getting pretty
heated.
Pretty heated.
You know, with this Labor Day weekend, maybe he can rest his voice.
Yeah.
Sullivan receives the snap, looks for somebody to throw to. He throws it to number 34. That's Pizzala, and Pizzala is taken down right before the goal line. That'll be 1st and goal for the Cardinals.
Yeah, that was just barely not a touchdown, but you know what? They're probably going to get a touchdown anyways. They're 1st and goal. It's going to be.
It looks like it's like 1st and 1, or first goal, but like at the 1 yard line.
Yeah, so basically 1st and inches. It's going to be just textbook plays here for Davison.
It'll just be routine, probably.
That doesn't look good.
And it looks like they took Brendan Sullivan out of the game, so now, and the clock is running down.
They got Fordham out wide.
Looks like Caleb Smith's going to receive the snap and probably run it in for a touchdown. But Fenton.
Yeah, and it looks like it broke through, and they're going to call it a touchdown. Caleb Smith for the Cardinals.
That brings the lead up to 55 Davison, 17 Fenton.
Yeah, some pretty good play there.
54.
Until they get this extra point. But you know, they might not get it. I mean, Hopkins missed that one at the beginning of the half.
Or they could. I thought they were going to go for a 2-point conversion maybe, but.
Yeah, no, it looks like they're bringing out their special teams.
Yeah, they're bringing out Hopkins.
Smart idea, though, to rest Sullivan on that play because they don't want to get injured on a play like that where those linemen are going to be expecting that run.
Hopkins prepares for the kick. Kick is
just barely good.
It's not good.
It's not good? Oh, it's not good.
It missed
My mistake.
It went on the opposite side of the uprights.
Yeah, that's my mistake. That's another missed kick for them.
So Davidson's lead is now 54-17 with 43 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. I almost said the 1st quarter.
Yeah, that rough for the, I mean, not really rough for the Cardinals. It's 1 point, but in this lead, 54-7.
And this time, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to give a big thank you to all the fans from Davison and Fenton in attendance today. Thank you for making the trip back to the Cardinals game.
You know, the skies are looking a lot better than they were last night. Those dark clouds just rolled in and dropped some lighting right on us to stop this game.
Yeah, that's the opposite of what's going on tonight. Tonight is beautiful.
Yeah.
Probably a perfect day for perfect day.
Yeah, it looks like no rain in the forecast.
You know,
Blue skies.
It's been a great day all day.
Davison getting ready for this kickoff. And it looks like they've got Miller in the backfield on the Tigers' end.
35 or more points.
And now that Davison has actually crossed the 35-point lead threshold, the clock's going to be running
the whole time.
I thought the Nest was booing for a second, and then I realized that they were just holding up an O.
Hopefully Hopkins can get a better kick here than he did on that PAT. And he does.
Kicks it to Miller. Oh, this is just routine.
Miller's lightning quick, going up the sideline. He's not going to get stopped anytime soon.
And that is a Fenton touchdown, but there is a flag on the field. This could be big for Fenton.
That lightning speed, though, by Miller. Do you see that?
I know,
nuts.
it was like Fordham last night. When
on that 90-yarder, he came out of nowhere. You know, he saw all those Davison Cardinals going over there, ready to take him down. They just didn't catch up to him.
Yeah. And now there's a fire truck going by. And the touchdown will stand because that penalty was called on Davison. Now the clock will not be running the entire game. Now the score is 54-23. If Fenton can get this extra point, they'll bring it in within 30.
You think the Tigers can make a comeback in this 4th quarter? That's going to be a lot of points to make up.
Oh, I hope not.
I mean, their defense is going to have to be on it each and every snap, and their offense has got to be, like, mistake-free. Lining up for the PAT here after that crazy touchdown there right off the kickoff.
Looked like Miller was getting ready to, or the kicker was getting ready to snap it. or catch it. Oh, Caleb Smith tried to run right in front of it, but he was not able to. Now the score is 54 to 24, or 54 to 24, excuse me, in favor of Davison still.
Yeah, it looks like Caleb Smith just barely missed that block there.
You know, if he would have missed that block, we could have had another touchdown for Davison.
Yeah, I mean, this Davison special teams defense, they've had some pretty close calls all yesterday. Yeah, they had some pretty close calls. They almost blocked a couple kicks here and there. Looks like they got Smith on the far side of the field.
And
Can't see the number from here. But another man near.
yeah, we can't really tell who that is, but it might be Carter Kreiderman.
Maybe Hayden Bailey.
I'm just trying to look on the sideline now to see, to try and like eliminate who it couldn't be.
Yeah, I think it's Hayden Bailey.
I think it might be Carter Kreiderman.
It is Carter Kreiderman, you were right.
Because on the last play, Carter was there.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
Because Bailey actually plays.
Are they going for an onside kick here, you think?
They could be.
It looks like they are.
They're expecting it.
Davison looks like they're ready for it, though.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yep.
and they go for the onside, and it goes right out of bounds.
And there's a flag on the field.
It looks like there might be some unsportsmanlike conduct right around the...
Yeah, look like number 11, Bradley Blackwell, either fell down or...
All right, so it looks like there's just a penalty on that, so we're going to get right around our 35. So what do you think the Cardinals are going to do here? You think they're just going to take it easy, let the clock run out?
Well, they can't let the clock run out because...
Well, yeah, if they rush it.
Oh, you are right.
Yeah, if they just run the ball, hand it out to Smith. But, you know, they did that yesterday at the end of the half, and he had 2 15-yard runs. So, you never know.
I just think Davison could score some more points, if not in this quarter, then in the next.
Yeah, they could put some more up on the board.
Yeah. Oh, 26. Hayden Bailey hands it off to
Kreiderman.
Oh, and it looks like there's some more John and and Fenton actually just put their hands on a Davison player.
Yeah, I wonder where all the emotion is coming from. Maybe just Fenton stressed, or maybe
clock
Davison's
is running
cocky.
down. The clock is ticking down into the final seconds of the third quarter.
Yeah, and it looks like Davison's just going to let this run.
So it'll be 2nd and 5 in the for Davison at the beginning of the fourth quarter.
Still 54-24. Cardinals are up by 30 points. That's going to be tough for Fenton to overcome all in one quarter. You think they're going to be able to do it?
They could blow all of our minds and upset Davison, but...
What do you think about Davison's matchup next week against Bay City Western? They beat him 49-0 last year.
I think it'll be a very good game, hopefully in Davison's favor. What do you think about their next home game on the 13th against Carmen Ainsworth, who is one of our bigger rivals?
That should be a really good game, for sure. I wonder how they're going to play.
Yeah.
I wonder if they're going to carry this momentum over from this blowout or not.
7-4.
You know, what do you think Davison's strategy is going to be during this whole fourth quarter?
I think just run as much time off the clock as they can, but not right away. They might try to put some more points on the board. You never know.
You know, I think that their strategy is clearly going to be try and keep the ball out of Fenton's hands. You know.
Yeah, just take their time on all these snaps. Don't go for anything too crazy. Just keep it simple.
You know, the student section, like you said, is not as full as it was last night, but there are definitely some loyal Davison high schoolers. And Brennan Sullivan passes it long, and the pass is broken up.
Looks like it was broken up by Dylan Davidson there. Yeah, Dylan David. No, not Dylan Davidson. Brandon Miller breaking up that pass. Yeah, and if Terry got that, he could have been gone. That could have been another Cardinals touchdown. But you know what? That might not be what they want, because then that gives Fenton some time with the ball too. They
Yeah.
want to just take their time. Maybe that's why they went for the long pass, because it's going to take a second to set up.
You know, it'll now be, I think, 3rd and 5. for
Yeah,
Davison.
3rd and 5.
Sullivan's looking at Weingart's like, what play should I run?
Yeah, confusion over on the offensive end. They don't really know what to run.
Is there going to be a delay of time? It
looks like he
Weingart's
waited
was-
till the last second to call a timeout.
Yeah, so that they didn't have a delay of game called against them.
Yeah, smart move there by Coach Weingart's.
Number 42nd half of the 50-50 raffle is 7.
You know, I was like, oh my gosh, they're going to get a delay of game called. No, and then Weingart's called the time. Maybe that's why Brendan Sullivan was talking to him, like, call a timeout, call a timeout.
Figure out, you going to call it or you want me to call it? Don't know. I know it's kind of far out for this, but what do you think about their homecoming matchup against Grand Ledge?
I'm honestly excited for for the homecoming game. I mean, last year we played,
Flint.
yeah, Flint,
Jaguars.
and that was kind of a blowout. But we've never played Grand Ledge, so this will be interesting. This will be a new territory for us.
Yeah, I don't know what to expect. It's going to be fun, though. See what happens.
You know, but it's safe. But it might be safe to say to not underestimate Grand Ledge.
Yeah, I mean, you never know. We don't know much about them. They might come out guns blazing, or they might just not be what we expect. You never know.
Yeah. Sullivan gets the ball, decides to run it for himself, and Fenton was ready for that, and they're pushing him back.
Yeah, it looks like they're just going to call that off right there and not going to let them take him down.
And
Good call there by the refs, too. If all those 3 defenders fell on him, that could have been a bad injury there for Sullivan. All that weight falling up on him.
you know, Mason, everybody at the high school has been excited for the first home game, and I think that Davison is living up to those expectations that everybody had.
Yeah, but I think there's significantly less fans that there are today than yesterday. I feel like they can't help but be a little disappointed that it got delayed because of the lightning until today.
You know, I was kind of upset that it got delayed. Oh, and it looks like it's a 4th down, and Davison is going to punt it. Brennan Sullivan punted it. That's something I don't think I've ever seen. And they're waiting for the ball to be called dead. Latrell Fordham picks up the ball after it is called dead.
That's right around Fenton's zone 16.
Mason, have you ever seen a quarterback kick a ball or kick a punt?
You know, I haven't. When I saw him out there, I was like, oh, they're not going to go for a fake punt, are they? That'd be nuts.
I thought they were just going to go for it, but then Sullivan
just kicked
tricked us all.
Yeah, I mean, didn't expect. They had Fordham on, so maybe they were planning a fake punt, but he didn't have anyone open, so he just kicked it. It wasn't a bad kick, though, for a quarterback.
Yeah.
By any means. I didn't expect him. Because the other sport he plays, too, is basketball, so he doesn't really use his feet much at all.
Yeah.
More of a hands-on.
Yeah. But that was a great kick.
Yeah, it was pretty high, but it still made some distance.
Yeah. So now it'll be 1st and 10 at Davison's 15. Fenton gets the snap, or no. Yeah, at Davison's 15.
That's a big sack there by Gabe Smith and Riley Henderson.
Riley Henderson was actually on JV last year, I think, and didn't get called up until like the playoffs.
That's interesting.
Because Coach Weingart called up quite a few players last year for the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, clearly he's capable of making some good plays. He had that sack there with Smith. And Smith, I didn't see too much of him in the playoffs, but he's always been a consistent player from my knowledge.
Oh, Davidson passes it, and it is tipped by number 10. That is Harrison Unger.
Yeah, and he makes some pretty solid plays on the offensive end, blocking that tight end. But he also, as you can see, makes some good plays on the defensive end, too.
Yeah.
And you wonder what the Tigers are going to do now. They're 3rd and 12 already.
I hear a couple Davison coaches from up here, which means that they're being very vocal.
Yeah.
It'll be 3rd and 12 for Fenton. Davidson receives the snap, and he passes it long, and it is not he is not able to connect with number 10. I couldn't really see that number as he went down.
Yeah,
I think it was number 10. That was Ethan Pyatt.
Yeah, Ethan Pyatt just wasn't able to make that grab there. That was a tough grab, too. He had to hop up for that. He doesn't look like the tallest guy. And he had Pasco on him, it looked like.
You know, it looks like Fenton's going to punt because it is 4th and 12, and Latrell Fordham is going
He's going to be running it back.
to Fenton's 35-yard line to receive that punt.
Yeah, they're going to need a big punt here so they don't risk getting scored on again.
Although I didn't really see the kicking team come in, or the punter come in. Although, yeah, it's definitely going to be a punt.
Yeah.
Punt is
Very high.
very high, goes for Fordham. Fordham decides that he's not going to run it back and risk it.
Yeah, just waves it off. It's a smart play. He saw all those Tigers coming. I think that's the first time I've seen them do that in this game, wave it off. They've usually been pretty confident in their skills and ran it down the field. And I mean, I can see why they had that Cardinals run yesterday.
Yeah, so he'll be at the 45-yard line.
Yeah, good call there by Fordham. That varsity knowledge senior right there.
You know, a couple players that were ahead of Fordham, I couldn't really see. It was a Davison player and a Fenton player, but they looked like they were like, in case the ball came over to Davis, and Fenton kind of looked like it was shoving a little bit.
Yeah, blocking.
Yeah. So now Weingart's just talking over his strategy, and it looks like Hayden Bailey's going to be coming in for the quarterback position because he plays quarterback along with Brendan Sullivan. You know, that's probably a smart move by Coach Weingart's because we do have that game against Bay City Western next week, and he's going to keep him rested.
Exactly.
You know, he doesn't want to risk hurting him. Bailey fakes him, decides to keep it for himself at the 50-yard line, and it looked like it was a helmet-to-helmet collision.
Yeah, they're going to be flag on play for that.
And it was thrown by the head ref. You know, the one that wears the white hat.
Yeah, it's important.
It's a.
Looks like it's holding on the Davison offense.
I thought it was a.
I thought it'd be a legal contact.
Yeah.
Helmet-to-helmet targeting.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just pushing back.
You know, and if you're Davison, that's the last thing you want is to be pushed back a little bit more.
Yeah, especially in their own end right now. Maybe if they were in Fenton's defense, or Fenton's end, it wouldn't be as bad, but they're on their own end. They're on their own 30 now.
Yeah, I just said because the Nest is throwing some powder.
Yeah, throwing some powder bombs or whatever those are.
Yeah.
Don't want to get their white shirts dirty.
Yeah, last night's theme was neon. Oh, Carter Kreiderman gets the ball.
No,
no.
Faked, and Hayden kept it for himself, but it looks like he didn't really get any yards off that.
He got a couple, but like not. Yeah, it was a 2nd and 20, or it was a 1st and 20.
Yeah, that was.
So Davison's just hoping to get anything that they can.
Yeah, they're gonna have to go for a deep pass on one of his next two plays here.
It is. He only made up 2 yards, so that's a 2nd and 18. But what I was saying last night was, the Nest theme last night was neon, and now it's white.
Yeah, not just the Nest, but you saw the dance team. They had all the neon paint on them. Same with a little bit of the pom team. Everyone got into the fun.
Yeah. Did you wear any neon last night?
I did not. I wore a lavender shirt. We had a little argument about it back in the DTV room about if it was lavender or if it was just light purple.
Yeah. Bailey decides to keep him for himself, and he runs into his own man.
Yeah, it looks like he was trying to block him there, but nothing could really be done there.
Looked like number 23, Bloss Jr. was looking like he was a little slow to get up.
Yeah, but he was on it already. Yeah, it looks like he has a little bit of a limp now. Maybe did something to that left leg. Wonder if he's, well, maybe the right leg. Looks like he's stretching that out. Wonder if he's going to be able to walk it off or if he wants to sub.
Have you seen, oh yeah, Triola is back in the game.
Yeah, looks like that hand's doing better now.
Yeah.
Looks like he has some orange tape on his left hand now, though.
Yeah.
Or his left wrist.
Maybe it was just, you know, like a jammed wrist or sprained. Sorry.
Yeah, you know, I broke my wrist one time. It was not fun.
You know, I actually fell at the high school one time, and my hand swelled up because I tried to break my fall with my hand, and I thought I broke my hand. That is Bailey not making up really any yards.
Yeah, it's the same thing as last time when he faked that handoff. He's just, I can see what he's trying to do. I mean, it's running time off the clock, which is what the Cardinals probably want in the situation. But
yeah. Oh, it looks like Sullivan might be coming back in.
Yeah, it looks like he's coming back on. They're probably going to make him go for a deep pass. They're bringing Fordham on too. I'm assuming that he's going to go to Fordham because they need a clutch pass here right now.
Yeah.
3rd and 18. They're going to have to make at least 20-yard pass or 19-yard pass to get a first down.
Weingart is screaming at Harrison Terry because he didn't get on the field quick enough, and he also yelled at Zane Richardson, sophomore.
Zane Richardson's another sophomore, along with Isaac Norton. They're both really interesting to watch. Big guys.
Timeout Davison.
Yeah, they're going to talk it over. Weingart's not happy with the miscommunication on the sideline because there's those men coming in last minute.
Yeah. Oh, and he just took Terry out of the game, or Terry off the field, and substituted him in for Jay Davison.
Yeah, Nivison showed off some pretty good strengths last night. He had a tip pass, I believe, and he had some really good tackles too.
You know, Nivison actually is actually a wrestler too, so wrestling, football, they could go hand in hand.
Yeah, you know, one of last year's players, Ray Cole, I'm pretty sure he wrestled too.
Yeah, a lot of Davison players did.
Yeah, I mean, they hit the weights in the weight room, might as well wrestle too.
Yeah. Oh, they're gonna punt instead. There was definitely miscommunication on that last play.
Yeah, no wonder he had to call a timeout.
Yeah. So Triola will be back to receive it. Hopkins will punt it with 7 minutes left on the clock in the 4th quarter. 7 minutes left in the game.
Yeah, 4th and 18 here, they're definitely gonna punt it.
Oh yeah.
It's not Sullivan punting it this time.
Yeah, but again, Sullivan's punt was very good. Oh, there was no Fenton Tiger. Fenton looked like they did not know where that punt went.
Yeah, they weren't in the right position. They thought it was going to go straighter, but Hopkins, his touch has been a little off today.
Yeah, wasn't it off a little bit last night too?
No, he was pretty consistent last night. He made all his PATs. He had 1 or 2 iffy kickoffs, but tonight's been pretty bad for him, honestly, because he missed those 2 PATs and that pump was kind of iffy.
Well, let me see what you got, ma'am. I'll take it.
Got 7 minutes, 5 seconds left on the clock here.
You know, we were talking. We were like, yeah, maybe Fenton will bring it back, but I don't think at this point that they're going to.
Yeah, not in 7 minutes.
Yeah, it's 1st and 10 for Fenton, and
yeah, they're gonna hand it off, and it looks like that's gonna let the clock wind down even more.
Yeah, that handoff was to Westbrook, who looked like he needed a little bit of help up from his teammates.
Yeah, it looks like his blockers weren't doing their job. All those linemen just crashed him.
Yeah. Oh, they just brought in Nilton Gonzalez Herrero for Harrison Unger.
Yeah, and Unger's been having a pretty solid game, hasn't he?
Yeah, so maybe they took him off for, you know, like how I was saying earlier. Oh, Davidson hands it off to Westbrook again, and he is brought down by Cardinals and one Fenton Tiger.
Yeah, looks like it. Yeah, you know, they're just not making much distance in the run game.
Yeah.
They're going to be forced to pass here. I mean, it's 3rd and 10. They're not going to cover 10 yards with a run because they just got stopped twice in a row.
Right. With 6 minutes left in the game, Fenton has to do everything in their power to try and make up some points.
They did get 2 yards off that run, though. My mistake, 3rd and 8. Yeah, they're probably going to have to go for a passer.
Yeah.
Maybe out wide to Miller or Triola.
Davidson looks for a man to pass to. He passes to Davison.
Interception.
Number 2, Jalen Flowers gets the ball intercepted, and he is finally brought down by number 84 for Fenton.
58 too.
And 58. That is big for Davison.
Yeah, now they're going to have even more time to just run off.
Yeah, 5 minutes left with 5:35 left in this game.
You know, they're just going to run it off, honestly.
I think that's the last thing that Fenton wanted was to get it into Davison's hand.
You know, they had 2 pretty close calls, Fenton, yesterday. 2, like, just nearly missed interceptions. One, like, right around the 50. And it was just, yeah, Davison was not happy. It was when the game was a lot closer, though. So, yeah, it doesn't mean as much now, but at the time, it was pretty important.
So it looks like they're going to bring back Hayden Bailey back out for play quarterback.
Yeah, and he hasn't seen much action. tonight. Like
The second.
a couple runs,
this
that's
for you?
about it.
Yes, ma'am.
Bailey hands it off to number 26, Kreiderman, and he is, whoa.
He just got rocked right there at the end. It looks like they were about to just blow the whistle, calm him down. But no, he got rocked right at the end. Wonder how he's feeling after that.
At least he's up on his feet.
Yeah.
You know, I know if I was Kreiderman, I'd probably like stay on the field or stay like laying on the field and be like,
Yeah, you don't want to get up after that. And after that tackle, it's going to let the clock wind down.
Yeah, 5 minutes left in this game.
Davison's up 30.
Yeah, I don't think Fenton can make up any traction. I mean, they can try, but
I mean-
it'll be a miracle.
Yeah, crazier things have happened.
Yeah.
So that we didn't have anybody argue, you didn't give it away.
There you go. All right.
Yeah, 4 times.
Second down and 10. Oh,
And the handoff is fumble up.
but Bailey recovered it and dove for it.
No,
So,
it looks like it's going to be Fenton ball.
well,
Yeah, the Cardinals defense is coming on. That's going to be a fumble. That's rough for the Cardinals. They definitely didn't want that, especially after just forcing a turnover on the Tigers. They just gave it right back.
yeah, that's.
rough.
I'm sure Coach Weingart's is.
Yeah, fuming probably after that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like Hayden Bailey just kind of bumped into his man too much, and the ball
Yeah.
was dropped, and Fenton jumped on it. They pounced.
Yeah, I thought Hayden Bailey had it because it looked like he had kind of dove for it, but I guess Fenton got there in time, right before he did.
Yeah, they pushed him right out of the way and got to it, and now they have the ball.
So now it'll be 1st and 10 for Fenton at the 45-yard line. Excuse me. Davidson hands it off to,
Number 25, that was Mario Westbrook.
you know, at the beginning of this at the beginning of this game, it was Davidson and Triola, but then when Triola got hurt, it's now Davidson and Westbrook.
Yeah, it looks like another dynamic duo. Yeah, and Westbrook's another senior, so he's obviously got to have more veteran presence on this Fenton team. But there's plenty of it. I mean, they have 25 seniors. That's crazy.
Yeah, doesn't Davison only have like 12?
Something like that. They only have like, yeah, something like that in that area.
So that means that the Cardinals have half of what?
Yeah, half of what Fenton has.
With 3 minutes left, Davidson makes a pass, or throws it, and there's a flag on the field. That might be pass interference against the Cardinals.
Yeah, that's my best guess, probably. Even if it's not on them, it's going to be an incomplete pass.
Yeah, I think it might have been pass interference because those flags were thrown.
Let's see what the refs say.
Yeah, 3:51 left in the
Yeah, it's going
fourth.
to be pass interference on the Cardinals defense.
Yeah, because number 2, I think, had his hands right in front of that Fenton receiver.
Yeah, but I mean, I think it was a pretty good foul considering if he had gotten that, he would have been gone.
Yeah.
Or at least it would have put them in pretty good scoring position
Yeah, it might have been 1st and goal for the
Fenton Tigers.
And but that penalty is enough to move those chains for Fenton. 1st down.
Yeah. You wonder what they're going to do now since they had that 1st down. You think they're going to run it or pass it?
I think they're going to pass it.
Yeah, it looks like
Davidson passes it to number 26.
dodges the
Miller.
1st tackle, but he's brought down by the 2nd. That's number 16. Luke Milenich on the tackle there.
You know, that's actually our assistant principal's son.
Yeah, and he's right on that play too.
It looked like he was kind of mocking the Fenton player.
Yeah, a little bit of John, a little bit of emotion out there still.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a beautiful night tonight compared to yesterday. The skies are so blue. Could
Yep.
not be nicer.
Yeah, I mean, off in the distance, you kind of see a few like clouds, but like
Nothing that'll affect this game.
I don't think they're gonna touch us. Davidson runs with the ball and then decides to hand it or pass it to number 17, and he is brought out of bounds by number 17.
Yeah, that's Angel on that right there. Brought down by Caleb Smith.
I think that might be 30-something.
35,
33.
Pasco, or 33.
33, Miles Mitchell.
A senior.
Yeah, I think this is actually his 1st year playing football. This might be.
Yeah, it's one of the few seniors on this Davison roster.
Davidson passes to number 26 before he is brought down by number 12. That is Brennan Densmore, another senior.
Yeah, these seniors just, I mean, they're making the tackles, but they got to be on that player in the first place, not let him get the ball.
You know, and just like Brendan Sullivan, Densmore actually plays basketball too.
Oh, that's nice. That's cool to know.
Davidson looks for a man to pass to. He passes, or he tries to pass to number 12.
Looks like Brandon, number 12, I think.
Yeah. Nope, number 17, Logan Angel.
Yeah, and he made that pass on that same side of the field, or made the catch on the same side of the field earlier.
You know, he threw it, and then it looked like Angel slipped a little bit, so it was
that
incomplete.
Definitely didn't help, but it looked like he was a little too far out to catch it anyways.
Yeah, and now it'll be it'll bring up a 3rd and 3 at the
around the 17.
Oh,
and there's gonna be a flag.
It might be a false start, or
yeah, David players look to be happy about that.
It's a false start against Fenton.
It's gonna move him back another 5 yards. 3rd and 8. That's rough.
You know, I was thinking it was obviously going to be either a false start or an offside.
Yeah. I mean, Davison players look pretty happy after that one, clapping in their faces. So they look like, yeah, they got the false start that they wanted.
Yeah. You know, Mason, I'm looking at the sky right now, and it kind of looks like it's turning into a rainbow because the sky very far ahead looks pink, and then it's yellow, and then blue.
Yeah, nice pink skies out tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It really is. First play.
Davidson throws to.
That's Angel again, not able to make that pass or make the catch.
Yep.
That's 2 attempts that Davidson's made to him in a row, and neither of them have been successful.
So that'll be a 4th and 8. That'll bring up a 4th and 8, and they're just going to have to try and maybe punt.
No, it looks like they're going to go for a field goal here, and they're not keeping Davidson on, so they're not going to fake it either.
Yeah.
I mean, they're just putting points up on the board, just putting them on the board and nothing else at this point.
You know, that could bring, that could cut Davison's lead in half. You know, it'll be 54-27. 27 times 2 is 54.
Oh, yeah. Confused me a little for a second.
Sorry, Mason. And it's good. Davison didn't even try. Didn't even go for try and snap him.
Well, I mean, they got the 27-point lead, but he just said.
Yeah. So now with 2 minutes left in the game, it'll be 54 Davison, Fenton 27.
Yeah, I think they're just gonna run the ball, wasting time here. Not much else to do in this game.
Yeah.
I mean,
you know, a couple Davison players look like they're celebrating on the sideline already.
Yeah, I mean, they came out yesterday not knowing what was gonna happen. They came out today already thinking they had it in the bag, and clearly they did.
Yeah, we started this game off with the second half with 35-10.
Yeah, I mean, good effort by the Fenton Tigers. They put up 17 points, but they just couldn't compete with Davison on day 2.
You know, Davison scored more than half, or not more than half that, almost close to that. They actually put up 19 points.
Yeah, so even today they still, if it was the scripture flipped, still would have been in the lead.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was going to be like I said earlier in the game. I did some research and saw that we last beat Fenton 29-26. So I was expecting a really, really close game.
Yeah.
You know, when I had to add a 30 or subtract 35 from 54, I was like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
So now it looks like it'll be.
Looks like they went for an onside kick there.
Yeah.
That didn't work out.
Yep. And.
Yeah, Kreiderman's brought down.
And there's a flag on the play.
Wonder what that's gonna be. Maybe a holding.
On who?
I don't know.
It could be a hole. Where's the ref with the white hat? Okay, yep, holding.
Yeah, it's going to be holding on the Cardinals. It's going to set them back even farther than they already were. Yeah, that's rough. I wonder what they're going to do.
Replay on.
Yeah, on that last play.
Never mind. Sorry, folks. With 2 minutes and 20 seconds left in this game.
Yeah, Cardinals just got to run it run the clock down.
Yeah, and of course, obviously, keep the ball out of Fenton's hand.
Yeah.
Which is, what Coach Sullivan said when we talked to him before the game started.
Yeah, as long as they can keep it away from Fenton, then they'll be fine. Yeah, and these fans are already celebrating just like the Davison sideline.
Yeah. The booth is actually, our press box is actually shaking a little bit because of the Davison fans shaking, are stomping their feet. But you know what?
That's a big run there. Brought down right around the 22.
Enough to move those chains. First down, Cardinals.
Nice run there.
I'm very excited right now.
I can tell.
I feel like how those Davison fans feel. Growing up in Davison, being born and raised in Davison. I've always been a Cardinal fan.
Yeah, like enjoying the culture at these games.
And when you step through those gates here at Cardinal Stadium, and it's like a very exciting game, you are just filled with like electricity,
energy. It's a fantastic feeling.
Yeah, and the clock is running down. We have a minute and 40 seconds left in this game. I can't tell who had the ball at that time.
Yeah, but either way, it's going to be brought down right around the 20. It's going to make him second 10.
But it looks like this game, like we said earlier, it looked like Davison kind of had it in the bag to begin with.
Yeah, it's out of Fenton's reach from the start.
It's unfortunate for Fenton, but...
Yeah, what are you going to do?
I cannot wait for school on Tuesday because we're all just going to be so excited.
Oh, yeah, after this big dub.
Yeah.
That's all anyone's going to be talking about.
I know.
Like that Fordham touchdown, that 90-yarder. That's going to make some waves.
Hayden Bailey decides to keep it for himself and barely reaches into those chains with 47 seconds left in this game.
Yeah, it looks like Fenton's going to call a timeout here. It's going to stop the clock.
That's the only thing that they can really do is stop this clock because they do not want Davison, to increase their lead.
Yeah, they don't want to be.
But it looks like Davison's just going to not try.
Yeah, well, they're going to try.
Well,
they're just going to run the clock. They're going to try to run the clock down.
That's what I meant, sorry.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, you want to try in this game.
Well, yeah, that's how they got that 27-point lead. They tried, and they succeeded. Yeah, both teams taking their time in this huddle. Got 47.2 seconds left on the clock.
I don't blame them for taking their time, They just trying to discuss their strategies. Fenton's trying to discuss how to stop Davison.
Yeah.
And maybe try to get some more points in the last 45 seconds of this game.
Yeah. Never anything wrong with putting some more stats up. I'm waiting for the snap here.
Milenich, I think. Nope, not Milenich. Kreiderman had the ball. It was brought down with 40 seconds left in this game. It'll be third and.
So who do you think your lockdown player of the game is today, since we don't have Jill to interview him for us?
Oh, I don't know.
I think I got to go with Fordham, or maybe Sullivan, because Sullivan was the one that was throwing those passes to Fordham. I think I'm going to go with Sullivan. I mean, he had a fantastic game. He was making great passes. He had that rushing touchdown right off the bat.
I might agree with you on that one with Sullivan or Fordham or maybe even Kreiderman.
Yeah, with that 70-yard return.
Yeah.
That was something else.
I mean, I'm also considering like last night's game and who was good last night.
Last night's half.
Yes, sorry, folks. I meant half.
But yeah, I'm going to go with Sullivan for our player of the game.
For your player. And they're going to take a knee and let this clock run out. Davison is going to win.
Yeah, 54-27.
Folks, I know you can't see me at home, but I am so happy right now.
Yeah, it was a great effort here by the Cardinals tonight and yesterday. It wouldn't have been possible without all the work they put in yesterday.
You know, Dave, you know, Mason, I actually am going to choose my player right now, and it is going to be. Ooh, actually, maybe I'm not. It's a tie between Fordham and Kreiderman because of that 70-yard rush.
Yeah, that was pretty nice.
You know, who was maybe? I know we're at Davison Station, but who was your player from Fenton?
Probably Miller, because he led that offense like no one else. Or you know what? No, Davidson. Davidson was a real leader for their offense, even though they didn't put up enough points to keep it a competition. He still led that offense with confidence, and for his first game starting since last year,
Yeah.
I think he did pretty good.
Yeah, I might actually pick Triola because he came back with that from the hand injury he suffered in the third quarter. Folks, this game is over.
54-27.
Davison wins. First win of the season, first game of the season.
Only took 2 days.
Yeah. Thank you, Lightning.
Yeah.
Speaking of Lightning, one of our last home games of the season, I think is actually our last home game of the season, will be played against the Lapeer Lightning.
Yeah, you're right. October 25th. That's going to be a good game.
You know, I think Davison fans can breathe a sigh of relief. I think they were breathing that sigh of relief even before this game started. Yeah.
All right, well, I'm Mason Palmatier here alongside Kate Lawrence. Have a great night, Davison, and we'll see you next game.